So, let us begin, boys. So yeah, Rudy, we were just talking about the chain of command. It's going to be Origami's in charge. You are second in charge. You're pretty much on the same level as Origami. It's just, maybe he's got a little bit of seniority with the FBI. Borrowed is then third because, he is a very senior officer. and then Zelphus is the, the sort of, the civilian consult. We can say it that way. Technically, he works for the FBI, but it's sort of, it's an interesting relationship. Would you guys like to give a quick, sort of like a little description of your character, if you'd like?
Oh, Raffle, do you want my character's, whatever, the picture of my skills and all that shit?
Yep, that would be awesome. If you could just pop in Discord for me.
Yeah.
For this first session, I can just trust you guys to, when I say roll something, tell me what your skill is.
Don't mind the random letters, because I don't save shit under proper stuff when I'm just screen snipping it.
Fair enough.
I sent you mine, too.
I just kind of punch the keyboard, and whatever letters come out, that's what's saved as.
Oh, okay.
I could just see this massive impact crater in the center of the keyboard. The keys get progressively less damage. Less damage from the radius in the middle outward.
So, Zelphus.
Oh, don't worry. There have been a few times where playing Siege, I hit the damn keyboard so hard, like the fucking F12 key or something was... I'll have to go find it later.
Alright, so Zelphus, who is your character? Let's start off with you.
Sorry, I started yawning.
Oh, that's all good. So saying, who's your
He's an
character
independent
here?
contractor brought in under the FBI's, extemporaneous... Oh, God, I lost the word. I'm so tired. Basically, he was brought in for dealing with certain problems that are of a technological nature, be they robotic, mechanical, or his primary field of expertise, the technological pertaining to the internet and computers. And they signed him into a code name, Ajax. I guess they thought they were being clever.
Ajax, because he's stronger than Greece.
Alright. We'll go with Borrowed next.
Like, what, for code name and shit?
No, none of you have code names. You'll get those later. But for now, who's your character?
Oh. So just full character bio?
Yeah, you can just a quick sort of description for anyone tuning in, or for anyone that's gonna maybe catch this in 30 years on the VOD.
Ah, okay. Yes, for the 3 people that will ever see this ever, my character is Bob. Bob the janitor. I'm not Bob the goddamn builder. I am technically speaking a federal agent because I'm employed by the United States government. However, I work for the Department of Transportation. What does that mean? That means I know buses and trains. What do I actually do while I work there? I'm a janitor. Technically, I work for the government.
Nice. All right, how about you, Rudy?
Name's Rudanos because I'm lazy.
Fair.
Male, Navy, ex-Navy SEAL. Working for the FBI, I guess. That's about it, really.
Do you have any special relations here?
That son of a bitch keeps saying he's my fucking kid, and he's a son of a bitch because I don't talk to her no more.
So Bob's your father. He's not your uncle, thank God.
And then remaining SEAL Team 32.
All right, and Origami, who are you?
I am playing as Ashley Connell. She's a physician, worked for the FBI. She's 37 years old, and that's what I got so far.
All right, cool. So, we're playing Delta Green as opposed to Call of Cthulhu, which I like Delta Green. I haven't really run a campaign for it, so I'm excited. Essentially, we are going to be doing it it's going to end up sort of being a little X-Files-y maybe, but for now, we're not part of Delta Green. It is an organization. We will be, inaugurated and brought in at some point, but until then, we're just Joe Schmoes. Some of us work for the government. One of us is a civilian who works tenuously with the government. One of us is a train. Easy as it. Yeah, either way. So this is going to be a bit of a slower session. It's just going to be a little bit of a mystery. We're going to go through and we're going to meet some important players. And I feel like the best way to do a sort of conspiracy, horror, et cetera, is to start slow. Just build up, and some things we uncover may, end up being things. Some things may not. We might have a few red herrings in the mix, but it's all part of being a FBI.
I'm allergic to red herring.
That's right, yeah. So to
God.
start out here, currently, it's just going to be Origami and Rudy. They're in an office, sort of talking with their boss. Fred A. Rodart is his name. You're just going to refer to him as, yes, sir, most of the time. But Agent Rodart is acceptable, although he's not usually an active agent. He's very much just a desk job kind of deal. And then he's, sorry, he's a little bit of an older guy. Chain smokes when he feels like it. Either way, he's sort of called the two of you in, and you can see he's got a list of paper. It is a national holiday today. I don't know why, but it was. I don't know American holidays. But it's somewhere in October of 2016. Let's say about like a week ago today. Let's say the 21st. Maybe it's a national holiday because there was some sort of, we're already breaking, we're in an alternate timeline. It's almost identical to our own, except the Syrian conflict has gone well. And there was a lot of troops came back, and, that was a good thing. However, so we're sort of having a sort of impromptu national celebration. Because of this, there's actually a parade over in Cincinnati. Which is where your current office is. You work for the FBI of Cincinnati. They have about 9 satellite offices scattered throughout the nearby United States. And you're actually operating out of a satellite office, pardon me, or at least today you will be, in Lawrenceburg, Indiana. One sec. Sorry about that, guys. Had a bit of a coughing fit. So he's sending you over to a little town called Dillsboro, also in Indiana. Sort of estimated population 1,500. Pretty small for that sort of area of the United States. I know the middle of the United States isn't as populated as the west or the east, but Cincinnati isn't too far away.
Dillsboro, or as we're calling around here, dildo.
Oh, you're from Dillsdo. No, Dillsboro. Oh, yeah. So there was actually a presumed kidnapping. And there's 2 reasons the FBI have been called in. Number 1, kidnappings are always, a little bit more high profile than other sort of crimes. But the main reason is it's possible that because, Dillsboro is kind of close to a state line, Ohio is maybe a 45-minute drive, maybe, something like that. It's possible that the kidnapper went out of the state, and obviously the local police don't have jurisdiction in another state, so FBI had been called in for that. And number 2 reason why the FBI had been called in instead of just the regular boys in blue is there's a huge fucking national parade and celebration going on in Cincinnati right now. So we have a lot of manpower used to watch the parade, especially because of all the scares recently. We had the Boston bombing and all that kind of stuff. So we have just a ton of people worrying about Cincinnati, and not a lot of people to do the actual crime work. Now, usually there's not so much to worry about in the area you guys are from. But anyway, they called in the FBI, and you can see he's got, I'll go ahead and we'll start off with a roll here. Spot hidden check from Origami and Rudy.
Just 1d20, right?
It's 1d100, sorry.
Oh, 100.
Yeah, so it's just in chat you type. Yep, perfect. So is that above or below, guys?
Did mine work?
Yep, I see your roll. I just don't know what your number is. Sorry, I don't have your sheet.
Where the fuck is Spot hidden at
Actually, I
on
got
the
Rudy's.
sheets?
I didn't mean to click it twice.
Oh, is there not a spot hidden?
No.
So
No.
it would be something
There's
like...
there's a search skill, but
Oh,
not
search. You know what? We'll use search. Search will be fine.
So I have 40 search.
40 search?
I have 20.
Okay. Well, I'll give it to Origami because he had 44. Rudy, you just, see there's various paperwork on his desk. But
that one has a boop.
Origami, sorry, your character was Ashley. Was that her name?
Yeah, Ashley Connor.
Ashley. So Ashley, what was your last name? Sorry.
Connor.
Connor. So we can just say Agent Connor. That sounds badass. As you're officially an FBI. I'll write that down so I don't forget. So Agent Connor is it notices that there's a very small, very slim stack of papers. On it is, of course, Agent Connor's file. She notices a few others, and he's sort of like pages through a couple of them, pulls one out, and puts in a much larger stack. So it seems like maybe you guys are bottom of the barrel today. Now, that's not necessarily that you guys are bad agents, just that, for people that it would immediately be sent, he's scraping the barrel for today. Again, because of the holiday and all that kind of cool stuff. So, he calls you in and he's like, all right, Agent Connor, Rudy, your last name was? We can call you Agent Rudy if you...
I just do Agent Rudy then.
Okay, yeah, so we'll have that as well.
Agent Orange.
Yeah. All right. Agent Connor, Agent Rudy. I brought you guys in here today. We got a kidnapping. It's in Dillsboro, Indiana. You might not have heard of it. It's a bit small. It's got one hell of a diner that gave me quite the shits one year. That's not the point, though. The point is there's been a kidnapping. Joey Gersh, 9 years old, brown hair, cute kid, always a bit messy. He was kidnapped yesterday evening from his home. His mother was there at the time. He was wearing a long jersey, she said, for the Chargers. That was his favorite team. And he was apparently, playing a video game before bed. Then they experienced a power outage in the house. Some of the electronics were slightly fried. Most notably, their computer was... it won't turn on. Now, we assume that was just a sort of hard drive failure or something from the power fluctuation, but you never know. Point is, that happened. We assume the power was cut to the house, although they say power is working now, so we're not really sure what caused that. Could have been a coincidence. Point is, the child is missing. We're a little bit worried that they might have crossed over into the Ohio state, so because of that, we're sending you guys in. It's a lot easier to have the FBI just handle things in one fell swoop. Melinda Gersh, the mother, is 43. She's widowed, and she's still there. And she came back down from upstairs where her bedroom was to put the child in bed. She said she had only been gone half an hour, and he was missing. So with you today, I'm going to be sending over Bob. Please don't refer to him as Agent Bob. He works with the government. As well. he's sort of like dicing it. He's like looking at your paper. He's like, Bob works for the Department of Transportation. Now, because of the heavy traffic, we've actually closed a few of the roads down, a few of the major highways, just because of the parades and festivities. So it's possible that the suspect that kidnapped them, we don't have one yet. We don't even know who or what or why. But it's possible that the perpetrator, if they did leave Dillsboro, would have taken public transit, most notably the train. So having Department of Transportation in on this could give you a little bit of a leg up. Because this is a national holiday, we want to sort of minimize any amount of problems that we have. We don't want the press getting in on this. We want this to be good. We want the American public to be fucking happy at the end of the day. We're also going to send in you a tech specialist. Goes by the name of Ajax. Fucking this guy with his code name, but he's a good hacker. I don't really understand computers, but he knows his way around the whole lot. So if there is anything on the computer, which could have been, let's say the computer was the main reason of the attack and the child was sort of an accident, Melinda Gersh herself.
That's an accident. God damn it, Rudy, piece of shit.
Melinda
Oh, boy.
Gersh herself is no one really. She works at a local diner, probably the one that gave me the shits. But her husband, deceased as of 4 years ago, did work for a nuclear power plant over in Clinton, Illinois. Um, so I don't know if he has some information, maybe some of the files from the power plant there. Point is, we're sending in a tech specialist just on the off chance that the computer was part of the attack. And he's, he sort of shuffles some things together, hands out 2 sets of car keys, one for each of you. And he hands you a few slips for, again, the equipment you would bring, which is just be like a handgun, your sort of bulletproof vest, and another request form in case there's something else you want to pick up along the way. And he says, "Well, that's everything. Good luck out there, agents, and come back. Make this a true American holiday for us to remember." And you guys are out the door. So, do you have any plans before you pick up Zelphus and Borrowed?
Not really.
Not that I know of.
All right, cool. So you guys are loaded up in the car. Who's driving? Well, there's 2 cars. One is an unmarked black FBI van. A van is important. The other one is just a standard. It's a red sort of, I'd say like 2007 sports car. It's been a little bit souped up on the inside, so it's not quite as old as the 2006 or 7 would normally be. But point is, it's more of a inconspicuous vehicle.
I drive the black van.
Okay, so Rudy.
I'd take the car.
Yeah, I thought you'd be happy with the sports car anyway. So we have who's driving? Who is in the van? Is that going to be any combination really? We could have Zelphus in that, and then Borrowed in it as well, or we could. Does the van have Wi-Fi? Well,
How did you know my next question?
well, Ajax, your tablet has access to any mobile network data plan ever. That's just
It's always nice having governmental credentials when you're accessing a network.
exactly. So you don't need Wi-Fi. You can just pull anything up from anywhere. Now you
But
know.
I'm
It's,
wondering, do we have any special gear outfitted in the back of the van? Something that would be more appropriate to either surveillance, data pulling,
okay. You
weapons
have
locker, anything like that, or is it more?
well, you have a surveillance drone yourself. You also have in the back of the van is the very old school wiretapping setup for grabbing into a house.
Ah, mine.
Oh, God.
All right. So what is our plan here, boys? Speaking
I'm in
of,
the back then next to that while I try and figure out the antiquated equipment.
let me.
Hey, that's insulting. I am antiquated.
Yeah, you talking about Bob in the back here? So here you go, guys. This is Cincinnati here, and this is your trip over the Dillsboro. So it's gonna take you about an hour.
They're easy to figure out. What is it, gin rye?
It's going to take you actually a lot longer, unfortunately, because the highways are closed for the most part. That said, some of them, it's obviously police keeping them closed, so you can just sort of scoot by flashing a badge.
I want to go to
Yeah,
Sparta.
Okay, well, we're not going to Sparta. So I just
Sorry, you're just looking at all these names. Chestershire, Wiltshire, Sparta.
yeah, and this is actually, believe it or not, this is a live right now. You can actually zoom in and see people moving, which may help you catch the perp. But
House from here.
yeah, so Ajax is going to bring this up on his tablet, and this is Dillsboro.
So can I
I'm
ask a
send it
question
over
real
to
quick?
your monitors. Oh, wait, never mind.
Monitor.
I'll put it up on the main one.
Yeah,
Sorry, I have to get used to working with people.
that's right. Yeah, it's in the shitty GPS of the car. Everyone's like trying to stare in.
So what's
You
in
can
the
send
trunk
it.
of the sports car?
What do you want there to be in the front?
Origami is.
That's not.
So what do you want to have in the front of the sports car?
I don't know. That's what I was asking.
Okay, there's just the identification for the vehicle.
Is there a spare tire in the
Wait,
back?
I thought Rudy said trunk and Ralph said front.
Oh,
I said
yeah.
trunk.
Oh, trunk? Then there's nothing.
Not even a spare tire?
Not the government's hard up, dude.
Wow.
They just spent 80 million or billion dollars, whatever, trying to outfit the FBI with new weaponry or something. So I think it was 80
Yeah.
million. Yeah.
There's a couple of rubber patches and some CA glue.
Yeah. Also a little bit of KY.
Wow, they're so on the cheap they can't even afford to give us duct tape.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
And a
CA
hand
glue
job.
is cyanoacrylate, which is super glue. So
That's pretty useful.
it's a damn bitch to get off a fucking desk.
Can I
So
take the super glue?
you take this. You're in the van, but you hop out to take the super glue. Oh my god. I love how Agent Rudy like pops the trunk and he's like, huh, super glue. And you just hear the van door and Agent Connor walks out, grabs the super glue, kept right back in.
I confiscate the super glue from his ass to mind dealing with the spill.
Classic Agent
Yeah,
Connor.
before you try and sniff it.
I
Oh
need,
my god.
I need the super glue for reasons.
Oh, for a reason. Like,
God.
you're a
He's gotta
doctor.
fucking sniff it.
You're probably pretty smart if you're a doctor. You could probably have made up any for reasons.
Roll bluff.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so what is our plan, gentlemen? We are rolling into Dillsboro currently. Are we-
Who's in the car with me?
Okay, so you have Zelphus, I assume, in the van.
Ajax?
Mm-hmm.
Is that Ajax?
I guess I'll
That's
be in the
Ajax,
van
yeah.
as well because there's more room for shit in there.
Yep. So Bob's in the van as well, and
Woo, all by myself.
Agent Rudy's just cruising behind you guys, probably blaring some Van Halen or something like that.
I could do that.
Blair and fuck the police.
Fuck the police from the underground. Now I should ask, actually, what are we all wearing? Are the FBI guys rocking the standard ball cap, vest over the shirt, or what?
I was just wearing like an FBI vest with
Mhm.
bulletproof vest.
Yep. Okay.
Khaki outdoor work pants, work boots, and nice shirt.
I love how you said khaki because yes, absolutely. Like hacker nerd, yes, khakis. Always. Always, dude. I had so many of those. Anyway, unrelated.
As for my equipment, it'd probably be the bulletproof, bullet-resistant vest underneath of a pair of coveralls.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I like it.
Hey, do I get one of those vests with FBI on it too?
Yeah, you could.
Mine
if you
says
want.
FBI, that's why it's under the coveralls. I ain't getting shot for this shit.
You get a
Yeah.
patch that says
Oh,
FBI.
oh, wait, do I actually get a badge to go with the gun?
You don't get a badge.
Oh.
You know.
So, can I pick the,
That was actually said in
Uniform.
character, by the way.
Yeah, you said that to Fred, and he's like, no. Just not happening. Ajax,
Well,
the day
hey,
I
you
give
know-
you a gun is the day I shoot myself.
Well, good on you. I already bought my own.
Give me 5 minutes and some tinfoil, I can make it something that looks like a badge.
Oh, God.
I appreciate the thought.
I mean, I have 60 crafting. Like,
I feel like borrowed.
Just in character, just give me about 60 seconds. No, I'm all right. No, but hey, I have 60 points in crafting.
Yeah, that's
Like, just the hackers looking at him like, I'm not sure if you're being an ass or if you're actually trying to make an RPG joke.
Bob just turns and he's like, the 1977 Dodge Charger has a hood ornament that can be fashioned into an FBI badge.
oh, God.
yes.
Isn't that illegal?
He works for the government.
I am the law. Nothing's illegal.
That's right. Excuse me, I work for the Department of Transportation.
Yeah, exactly. I'm confiscating this. You're not allowed to have it. It's fucking mine now.
That's it. I will say Bob does have a badge for Department of Transportation. So you can flash
Yeah, to the
credentials.
parking structure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's how we got through all the police lines, because just open up the street. You know, I do have authority, actually, son.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
it's
sure you do, sir. You and Jim Beam.
it's a little badge that says FBT for Federal Bureau of Transportation, and it's just got a sort of traffic cone on it.
Oh.
A traffic cone. It comes with a real life traffic cone you can wear on your head.
Nice. So what is our
So you won't
plan
get
of
lost in the crowd.
what is our plan of attack, gentlemen? Not saying we're killing anybody just yet.
I informed like everyone in the van of the situation.
As you're driving down the street, you see a man with greasy hair, thick mustache, and glasses carrying a struggling sack behind him. I'm just kidding.
Good job, baby.
Ask him if he needs a hand.
Yeah. This poor man can't get his cats into his van. No, so are we heading off to the Gersh household? Melinda
Yes,
Gersh.
unless-
Everyone's like,
unless
Gersh,
someone-
who the fuck is it?
Yeah, it's kind of like,
Well,
you know,
I mean, like,
some of us weren't there for the briefing, so we're just kind of like, hey, get in the van. All right, why not? Where are we going? It's a mission. Cool, what kind?
Oh, I
You know,
assume
you know the front of a truck.
you guys
and
had
turn
like
into a bag.
you guys had an hour and a half on the way. I'm gonna make the assumption that you know you talked about the mission.
well, I mean, they can go to the Gersh household. I want to go to the diner because fuck this shit. It's early in the morning. I want my coffee
I'm just saying.
and whiskey.
Well, Bob wasn't there, so he doesn't know. He's off to the diner.
Yeah,
Um,
fuck that.
So
Pick me up on North Street later, you fucks.
okay, so Bob, I assume you went to the diner and you've said I'm gonna do a little bit of snooping around type of deal. Just
Snooping
gonna-
around and coffee. Both are important.
Okay,
I'd like to
excellent.
roll sense motive.
Yeah, if you like, do you have a? That would be human, for the record.
Oh, I
Means
had to dig in.
it's like
Never
human
mind.
intelligence, so it's like your ability. Yeah, you should have a default of 20 in it.
Mine's 60.
Oh shit! All right, this could be good though. I mean, borrowed could saddle up to some people and milk them. You know, part
But
of the
my
term.
charisma is also garbage, so...
But that doesn't matter. It's skills, not stats.
Oh.
Yeah, your stats are for like sort of raw like things.
Oh,
like
there
health.
isn't one for sense motive. There's spot.
Yeah, it's
hidden, sleight of
human,
hand,
human for human intelligence. It's your ability to discern.
and-
Yeah.
yeah, sorry, I was looking for like charm. No.
I know they changed it for Delta Green. It's not too bad once you get used to it. So are you gonna try that, Ajax?
gonna try and sense my motive?
So
You know
you
what?
would just type in the chat.
Since I can't seem to find it on the damn tab here. No.
You just type /roll 1d100, and it'll do something like that.
Well, Zelphus, what class did you pick?
Ah, computer nerd.
Yeah. So he just has the
Ah.
default 20 in it. Yeah.
I was just curious to see what would happen.
No,
Well, then just roll a
roll
D100. Fuck it.
see if you get 20 or lower.
If not, then nothing happens. I go to the diner.
Mine's
You get the
10%,
middle
oh
finger.
boy.
I tell him to give me a latte.
Oh, fucking, of course you would.
You want me to give you a what now?
A
A
lot.
latte.
Oh,
They don't have lattes. It's a diner. You get coffee. Do you want cream or sugar?
you know
plain.
what? Forget it. Continue on.
No, Zelphus, I mean, you need to practice rolling.
No, roll. I'll just.
Yeah.
Well, what's the command again?
Okay, so
You-
Well,
you...
you don't have to do that. Just go over to the top left-hand side. There's a thing that looks like a D20. Click on that, and then you have
Oh,
dice
yeah.
roller in there. And then you can just put roll 1, and then drop the drop-down menu to D100. Hit roll.
Okay, so...
Perfect. Thank you again. I haven't used this since the last time we did.
No, that's
I've
awesome.
forgotten.
So Ajax doesn't know what Bob's up to. He thinks it seems legit. Bob goes off for his coffee. He keeps in the back of his mind that Agent Connor wanted a latte. Whether or not he's going to get him one, well, that's another story. Charge it to the government.
Put on my credit card. It has unlimited funds.
All right, so the rest of you head off to the Gersh household. Whenever we split the
So
party...
what was I supposed to do at the diner again?
no, you're
What
getting
was the
coffee.
connection with the story? Yeah, but there was some.
Oh, the
connection.
diner. The diner was, yeah. And feel free to ask me any questions, guys, because hopefully I remember. You can also ask each other. No, the FBI guy just said he went to a diner there, and that's actually where Melinda Gersh worked. And the food gave him the shits.
Well, then if she's not at home, then she would be at the diner. Although I assume she'd be at home because she'd be freaking the fuck out because her kid got kidnapped.
Presumably,
but you never know.
But the people at the
She
diner would know her.
Yeah, she might need the money. So
Okay, so well,
maybe at work.
Oh, we don't want to talk about that. So whenever we split the party, we're going to sort of do like a little bit of a vote. Would we like to resolve the Gersh household first or the diner scene first?
I vote for the diner. I want to see how this plays out.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
your diner.
Okay. So it's currently Bob in the diner. There are a few patrons. Most notably, there's, a waitress walking around, and there's two sort of old guys sitting, getting a little bit too into their coffee and crossword puzzle. And then there's a sort of a man in a almost like a black trench coat, let's say, sunglasses. But he's not really up to anything. He's just on his phone, just sort of fiddling around.
Well, first things first, I go talk to the old fogies because I'm old, they're old. They've clearly been in this town for 10 million fucking years,
Yeah.
so they probably know Miss Gersh.
Okay, so you sit down, and you just sit in at the booth with them, right?
Yeah,
Just-
at the booth or pull up a chair at the end if it's just a two-seater booth. Either way.
Oh, okay, yeah. So they just kind of like look at you and it's like, oh, can I help you?
Oh wait, I want my coffee first, so I at least having a reason to sit the fuck down.
Oh, are you gonna snap over to the waitress or are you gonna walk to the counter?
Well, is Miss Gersh working today or not?
Um, let's say that you've seen a picture of Miss Gersh. I think that's completely fair, as it would be in the files, and you were in the car with Agent Connor, and I assume she's pretty, keeps everything filed together and sort of passed out the information. So, no, it is not Miss Gersh.
Alright, well then, yes, I would proceed to order a coffee and ask whichever waitress, waiter, whoever, if she is in today, in case she is in the back.
Okay, excellent. So the lady turns to you. She's a little bit younger, let's say about 22, which it feels weird saying that's young. I keep forgetting I'm 26. But anyway, she she looks at you and she's like, "Oh yeah, Melinda's going to be in later tonight. She might. They said she might not show because she has to take some time off. I heard her son went missing, but she should be later tonight. Yeah. Would you like me to take a message?"
No, it's fine. I was just looking to see if she was in. Yeah, I'll have a coffee in the meantime then.
And she's like, "All right, that'll come to $3.50."
Did she also just do that, or is that just you?
No, that's how much the coffee was. It was $3.50.
That's
Yeah, but
expensive.
I'm more interested in the fact that it went from being, oh yeah, the coffee's going to be, and then, and it's
Oh, sorry. No, I had the cough.
So
oh my God, she's a demon.
No, sorry. How much is a coffee in America? Let's say $1.25.
Like $1.
Is that
Yeah,
reasonable?
say $1. I was gonna say
Okay.
$1.
just, just black coffee, put in the sugar myself. but-
Yeah. So she says, "Oh, it'll just be $1.25."
Oh, right. Well, here, actually, I guess I should ask if there's a Starbucks nearby for his stupid fucking latte.
She just kind of looks at you. She's like, "Starbucks? No, you'd have to go back to Lawrenceville or whatever the name of the place is."
Okay, that's not true. Every
Lawrenceburg.
town, every city, no matter how small, has a Starbucks.
Oh, I checked
It's
actually.
just a walk-in kiosk.
No, I totally looked at Dillsboro. I didn't see any major chains for coffee or anything like that.
Well, I mean, if there's even just like a Safeway or something that can have a coffee inside of it.
There is a food
progressed.
store and an elementary school and a library.
Well, 50-50 chance the food place would have at least a little
Like a little
interior
kiosk?
coffee shop.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So, all
All
right.
right. Well, then I guess I'll wander over there later.
Okay. So,
So
you're...
now let's go talk to the old fogies with said coffee.
All right. So, we're back to the, "Oh, can I help you?"
What question to ask them? It would probably be something along the
I
lines.
want to believe like that everything you say when you're thinking like out loud to us, Bob is thinking out loud. Oh, what question is?
So wait, her name's Melinda or
Yeah,
what was it,
Melinda
Gersh?
Gersh. Yeah.
Okay. Well, actually, first things first. I'm gonna look out the window and make sure there's not a friggin' like camper outside or something. Because if there was, then it's probably the old people's camper.
Okay. No, there's no camper.
Okay, then they probably are residents in the town. Because it'd be kind of useless to ask friggin' tourists.
Yeah, that would be fair. Yeah.
All right. So then it would be I don't know. Fuck. What is it? Morning, afternoon? What time frame we're looking at here? Morning.
Let's say yeah, you left early in the morning. Let's say you left at 9. It's about 11ish now.
All right. Yeah. So just be like, morning, gentlemen. It's kind of cold today. was looking for Melinda, but heard she's not in. She had some problems with her kids. You hear anything about that?
Oh, they said, she's a widow. Just a troubled boy, I'm sure. They never raised them right by themselves. I think he probably just ran away.
Patron number 2 have any insert in this?
Patron number 2 is still doing the crossword puzzle.
Alright, well, then, guess I would leave you two to it. Have fun with the, crossword. Number 7 is St. Andrew.
Okay.
So, who else do we have? We had Mr. Mysterious Trenchcoat, the 2 old fuckers,
Yes.
and...
The bar lady, yeah. Or the waitress, sorry.
I suppose I could pose the same question to Mr. Trenchcoat, ask him if he's seen Melinda recently.
Yeah, absolutely, you could. So are you gonna saddle up next to him, same way?
He's a little bit more shady. I think I would just stand by his booth as to
Okay.
not be too...
So he's just sort of scrolling through something on his phone. It looks like sort of just text. He's maybe reading something, and you come up to him, sort of same spiel about, hey, do you know Melinda, or how's that type of deal?
Yep, yeah. Was looking for Melinda. She's not in. You hear anything about her kid?
And he doesn't look up to you, but he says, "I'm the third person you've asked."
Well, you would be the 4th person if I got a response from the 3rd. And nobody's really told me anything. Just trying to figure out what's what.
He actually turns to you, and you sort of get a glimpse. It's just a rough looking face. It's just an older guy, but it looks like shit hit him hard. He's very gray hair, and he sort of cracks a little bit of a smile. He's like, "All right, I'll tell you some information you probably haven't heard yet. What do you know about Jack's Pawn?"
Jack's Pawn isn't like a pond, or...
Pawn, Pawn, sorry.
Oh, okay, pawn like a pawn shop.
Yep.
Can't say I know nothing about a pawn shop around here. I'm from the other side of the state.
He's like, well, if you're from Dilbro, Jack's Pawn's a place where, people go to buy and sell various trinkets. It does have a video and game rental in the back, though.
So you figure that our son might have ran off to see if there's anything new?
Well, the boy was an avid gamer, that's what I've heard.
It's a fair assumption. Alright, I guess I'll mosey on over to the pawn shop. Which direction am I looking for? Up or down North Street?
Up or down? I love how North Street is going east-west. Fuck America! But anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, if you walked out the diner, you would either take a left or a
No,
right.
I know, but it's just funny to me. So he actually gives you directions. It will be down towards the west, if you will. North Street.
So somewhere closer to the elementary school then?
Yeah.
Alright, well, I guess I'd head that way before I'd head over to get his coffee, lest it be cold and I hear more nagging.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, thank him for his time. I guess pay for, if he has a drink, pay for that, because fuck it, I'm on the government dime.
He's just got an apple pie. It's got one bite out of it, and it looks quite cold.
I mean, I guess I could pay for it before I leave. And then, head
Alright,
out
well-
towards the...
That was nice of you.
Oh.
So you head off that way. So we're going to pop over to the Gersh household now. So we're back at the main party. You guys have arrived at the Gersh house.
I knock at the door.
Okay. Now, one thing I will say, gentlemen, we are living in modern day. Thank fuck for that. It's 2016, and it's a little bit difficult for me because a lot of people are nobody writes for modern day Cthulhu anything. So I gotta sort of wing a lot of stuff and figure things out. But the cool thing about doing it in modern day is A, it's very easy to get into, and B, we have so much cool technology now to play with.
Deus Ex
So
Machina.
yeah, so at any time, it's not like and maybe this isn't such a big thing to you guys, but I'm so used to playing like 1920s Call of Cthulhu because that's my baby, and we'd play so much of that, and it's like 1920s Call of Cthulhu, you split the party, and it's like I know things, but I can't tell people. Bob can just phone anybody in the group, like lickety split. Like it's just so easy.
That's
You can
Well,
even
I mean,
send
I
off.
would have to like actually phone them though because I'm old and fuck texting. Like, how do you
True.
do that?
Yeah. You can get text, but you can't send text.
Yeah, I just like, or I have to do like the text to speech
Oh,
thing.
God,
so
yeah.
it might be kind of effed up. It's like, what does he mean, duck? I said fuck.
Oh man. But so anyway, just keep in mind now. Once we
Sorry.
reserve. Sorry, Zelphus. What'd you say? Was he gone?
I guess.
I guess you probably said I'm like going. So once we resolve the Gersh household, we'll say that the, phone call can come in if Bob's going to be calling around them.
Well, because yeah, they'd be talking to her while I'm talking to the old farts.
Yeah. So you're at the Gersh household. It's just a small, modest-looking house. Looks like a sizable yard room in the back, and there is a car in the driveway.
Rudy, origami, input on actions.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry, it's just you two right now. Ajax is AFK.
Ajax is busy trying to tap phone line.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's like, how the fuck do I do this? You need to splice the cable. How do I splice? God damn it, you young fuck!
I know. Yeah.
Alright.
well, computer person would know how to splice wires.
Oh
and
yeah,
all
he
that.
does.
No, he's a modern computer person though. He never had to actually like splice a phone line.
Yeah, that's probably true.
So
Well, he can just look it up.
Yeah, but he'd rather just open up the person's email and look for, ha ha, I have your son.
Alright.
So I'll park the car like in front of the house. I get out. As I'm walking towards the house, I look at the park car. Do I see anything inside the car?
You don't see. I mean, you just see it looks a bit messy. You see what looks like discarded, little bits like a toy here or there, or just like child paraphernalia. Maybe a few shoes in the back, something like that. Aside from that, nothing much.
McDonald's.
Yeah, like just stuff like that. Something that looks like an on-the-go type of mother has a child.
So I continue onwards to the door, and I knock the door. I'll
Okay.
ring the doorbell.
Well, I'll follow suit, but I'll hang back a little bit.
Okay. Are you knocking on the door? Sorry.
Ringing the doorbell.
Okay, ring the doorbell. Cool. So there is a pause, say 30 seconds, but then you hear like a muffled like coming through the door, and a sort of taller lady, sort of long brown hair, opens the door, and it's Melinda Gersh, as you guys know from seeing her picture.
She had legs for miles and a great pair of hands.
Yeah, and she looks a little bit shocked, I guess, to see who it is, because she doesn't really know you or anything. She's like, obviously you have FBI printed on your chest, and she's like, why, are you here about my son?
Yes, we're here. I respond as the same. Yes, we're here for your kidnapping of your son.
Yeah, we're
Don't
here
we
for your
hurt?
son. Oh, sorry, someone beat you to it.
I was gonna make a porno joke. Are you here for my son? No, bitch, we're here for you.
No, we're here to fix your plumbing.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
Yeah, we're here to plumb your pipes.
Yeah. All right, sorry. What'd you say, Origami?
I'm with the FBI. We're here to investigate the kidnapping of your son.
And she's like, "Oh, that's great. I was afraid that because of the holiday that I wasn't going to be able to get any help. So I don't know who took him, but someone came in here last night between 9 and 9:30 while I was upstairs. I just took a shower. I come back down and he was gone. The front door was open. I don't know.
Primarily see the room. This room.
Sure, yeah. So she. Sorry.
Before we do that, can I ask to walk around the premise of the outside to see if anything's been touched or anything like that?
Yep, absolutely. She says, you have my full support. Thank you so much, and she just lets you go walk around. So Rudy, while Origami is being led up to the boys' room, you see it. It looks as if now, again, you're not very tech savvy yourself, but it seems to be there's almost burn burn marks near the wiring, like when you go over by the hydrometer and stuff like that, or the electric meter as you call it in America. Sorry. So you see sort of like burning. Now it's still working, it's running, but you do see like odd sort of like burn bits near there.
Why did Zelphus have to go? Damn it.
Yeah, if only we had the technician. That's all right. I mean, you can tell him
Damn it,
afterwards.
Zelphus.
Okay, so Origami, you're being led up. You get to the boys' room, and the whole time the mother's just going on. Oh, he was such a nice boy. He was so friendly. He's very active. You know, he loves to play sports. Like this, the same thing that mothers would tell anyone, much less when they're concerned and they don't know how to react. And she leads you up to the bedroom, and in the bedroom, you see, it looks like this boy's been drawing a lot. Like he draws all the time. There's just scattered papers. Now most of it's on one side of the room. It doesn't look like he's just been like throwing it all over the floor and coloring the walls. But there are these scattered papers all over with sort of just drawings on them. From the doorway, you don't really recognize any of them. And they seem to be done in a pencil crayon or something.
I asked Melinda if she had any enemies the boys have bullies at school.
She's like, no, as far as I know, everybody liked him. I mean, there's a couple of the boys that are a little mean to everybody, but like nobody ever singled them out. She's like, I just don't know who could have done this.
So I go and investigate drawing.
Okay.
He drew, and asked Melinda if he drew often. Or
So sorry, you're investigating the drawings and
I'll ask Melinda if she if he been drawing. For a
okay,
long time.
so yeah, actually he's only been drawing recently. He just got into it, and I'm just so excited to see this side of him. I was afraid he was going to be like his father and have no creative spirit, because all he does is play video games. But he's been playing this recent video game, and I guess he's just been getting like really into it, and you know, he's just been drawing characters from his game, and he's been having a lot of fun with that.
That video game was Trenched.
Yeah.
So I asked Melinda what was his son's relationship with his father.
Well,
Before
he
passing.
didn't really know him, because I mean he's 9 now, and you know his father died when he was about 5, so he just sort of remembers like what he looks like, but only a little. Yeah. And you're looking at the papers now, and they're weird. It's not like, you know, some sort of like, you know, when you see the child drawing, like, oh, look, it's mommy and daddy, and they're bleeding from the eyes and dying. It's actually, it's almost nothing. Like looking at the paper is almost like staring at white noise on a TV. They're very odd, just smatterings of colors, but not in like a pattern. It just seems to be like sort of random dots on a paper. But then other pages will just be a bunch of geometric shapes.
I call in Woody. I mean, what's his in-game name?
Yeah, Rudy, Agent Rudy.
Just Rudy.
Yeah.
Rudy.
I call it Angel Wood to see if he's come up with something.
Yeah.
Well, I found burn marks by the, oh god, water meter? What? No,
The
electric meter.
Yeah, sorry, electric meter. Yeah. And are you mentioning that with Melinda right there?
Yeah, with origami too.
Okay. And she's like, oh, well, it's funny you mentioned that because the power went out, you know, that night when he disappeared. And I thought it must have been a storm, but we didn't have any rain that day.
I take pictures of the images and show Rudy tell him what he thinks of it.
Okay. Sorry. I just love the fact that you're in the room with Rudy and you like, look at these. Because you called him in, right? Yeah. So.
No, I called him
Oh, you called him on the cell phone.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I misunderstood.
Okay, so
Oh,
Rudy's
back.
in the.
Yeah,
so
Rudy's with you. Yeah.
Zelphus is back.
Oh, that's good. Hey, Zelphus.
You.
Yeah.
Origami and Rudy ran into the house without you. They're accosting
That's fine.
Mrs.
Gersh.
Fuck.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
Gersh. I need to write down her name.
Can
I put it
I
in the
call
chat.
Zelphus into the room with us and explain what I found outside and lead him to it?
Sure. Would you like to send Melinda away, or are you fine with her?
Why
Go
don't
ahead.
you just walk back out to the van and talk to Zelphus? Be like, hey, get off the fucking porn for a minute.
Well, I'll do that. I'll walk out to the van, explain what I found outside.
Did
to
you find
Zelphus.
something?
I found burn marks on the electric meter. I wanted to show you since you're tech savvy.
Actually, hold on. I think this old piece of crap van might have an ampule regulator. I want to see if they've got one.
Ooh, all right. Give you 50-50
Damn.
on that.
about my technology.
50-50 on that.
I'm sorry, I
Zelphus.
didn't think 2 stones attached to a stick counted as technology.
Back in my day, we had 2 sticks and a rock. We had to share the rock.
So roll me
Back in
D.
your day, you were just figuring out what to do with the rock.
Damn.
Well, you could smell what he was cooking.
Oh no.
Okay, we went from back in my day to back in my day, jabroni.
Oh God.
jeez. Give me
That's
a
the thing, though.
D100.
Like, I'm 50. I imagine I probably was into WWE because
Oh, yeah,
Rock
probably.
was wrestling fucking 20 years ago. So
Oh yeah. Around the time your son.
around the time that
Shit.
bitch came after the child support.
Oh man. So Zell, give me a D100. 50-50, you get it.
You got
it.
Do you remember how the roll? Okay. Whoa! Damn, that is a really good roll.
Wow.
All right.
It was almost as well as I do.
So yes, you have an ampule regulate. Wow, ampule. That would be useful too, but no, you have an amp regulator.
Yeah, I've seen these guys use it when they're out of the houses. They're checking the meters, but they also check the volts and amps they're passing through it, as
Okay.
well as comparing that to established norms.
With that 6, I'm going to say there is nothing else in the van except one more thing that you ask for later. Okay?
Okay.
So,
He searched the entire van with a friggin' fine-tooth comb.
yeah, and you found like one other thing so you can pull out of your ass later and be like, oh, we had one of these in the van. Just because you had a pretty good roll there.
Oh, thank you. I'll save that for another time.
Yeah. So,
All right, so I amble out there. I'd like to connect it up to the
Okay.
proper points
so
and
what
run
are
a test.
what are you trying to determine here?
Basically, what the threshold for what it can accommodate
Mhm.
versus the amount that was required to cause it to
All right.
basically explode.
So I'm gonna
That amount of electricity arcing out and causing scorch marks.
give me an
Kind of severe.
Give me an electricity roll. So your current
Isn't that called a
electrical is... You have 30 in electrical repair.
What is that determined by?
It's an old one. It would be like craft, like yeah. So you rolled a 84. Oh God, I don't even know how to read this right now.
I
Am I-
suspect that was not the right button.
No, sorry. I just roll a d100, and if it's under like 30 or under, you succeed. Sorry, I don't know how to read that. 39.
Oh, damn it.
I'll give it to you.
Yep, it's blown.
Yeah. No.
Shit's bork, gentlemen.
All right. So here's what we're gonna do. I'll give you 2 options. Okay. Option number 1, you basically I have 2 hints I can give you. Option number 1, you get
Okay.
both hints, but you blow the regulator.
I'll take the other option.
Okay. So, and the other thing in the van was another regulator.
Damn, how did he know?
Okay, so the other option is it's just got a standard household power. So that kind of cool stuff. However, oh yeah, I can't tell you that one. Standard household power, and it exceeded that for a period.
All right. Now, from that, I'd like to draw from the day and yesterday what the draw was.
Okay, now you can't do that from here with your regulator. However, if you were to give me a computer science roll,
I'm already ahead of you.
yeah.
I'm already pulling up the local electric grid.
So you've got your tablet, you're finding out the information. So you have a 80%. Oh shit. Okay, well, anyway. So
What? No, my computing skills are higher.
no,
I
you
should have been enough to handle that, right?
no, yeah, you did. You have an 80 with computer science. So
Oh, I'm
80
sorry.
or lower, 34. Yeah, you're good. So what happened was you pull up the weekly power usage. It's about standard,
But a
but
little higher in the afternoons and the mornings, right?
yeah, but you start noticing something after you notice this important fact. The important fact is that yes, it did spike between it spiked at exactly 9:16 p.m. Okay, so at exactly 9:16, it spiked insanely high.
All right, just making the note here.
However, the spike came from inside. It was an outgoing electrical charge that caused it, as opposed to an incoming draw.
Rudy, sorry, Origami, what time did this happen?
I didn't call yet. She just said she just came from the shower. She was there.
Yeah, so the kidnapping origami can tell you. I mean, you call them up on the phone or whatever. Between 9 and 9:30 is when she was having her shower.
Uh,
All right. So
That would help me if I knew anything related to what was actually going on in the rest of the house, because knowing when a woman gets in the shower, because again, I wasn't in the house, I don't know.
no, but you can call origami on the phone because I mean it's
Yeah,
2016. Yeah, so he can. I mean, he can just tell you that information. If you ever like, the cool thing is now that we're playing in modern day, unless you're in a place with no cell coverage, very rare, or some odd situation you don't have a cell phone. But instead of having the old issues that you always have with like any game, especially Call of Cthulhu, of oh shit, I have to get back with so and so. Okay, I'm gonna leave here for no reason, go 3 rooms down, and hope that guy's still there and talk to him. Anytime you just say, I'm asking so and so for this, and you just called them for 30 seconds and got the information. You know what I mean?
Hey, all right, so I'll call him up, ask,
Yep.
what time was the kid abducted? Right thereabouts.
Miss Gersh, Melinda. She said she got out of the shower at 9:45 around the time.
Okay.
And
And that's when she noticed he was missing?
yes,
Well, damn, that'd be like the millisecond that she got in the shower because she was only up there for about half an hour.
Yeah. It was actually 9.
She's in the shower. Go, go, go.
Yeah, yeah.
Is this in the AM or PM that this happened?
This is PM. So this happened last night, and then we went in the morning.
How did she not notice the power going out when she's in the shower?
Okay,
No.
so it would have
What,
been
you
like,
never showered in the dark?
well, it would have potentially, like she said, she noticed the power go out, but it was only out for like a minute or something. So she thought there was a storm, and then she got out of the shower, and then there was no like rain or anything, so she didn't know why the power went out.
Question: where is the Gersh household? Is it along Bank Street, or where are we talking?
Let's, for the sake of argument, say it's on Lenover or whatever that is. That's kind of where I pictured it in my mind. Sort of
Alright, well-
north of the diner.
While they're pillow farting around with that, could I have made my way up to the J&J Liquor by now?
Yes. Okay.
Okay, because I want to go up there, get a thing of whiskey and a thing of vodka.
Okay, excellent.
The whiskey's for me, the vodka's for later.
So, Zelphus, the other thing you notice is, as Ajax is sort of looking at this graph from the week, he notices something weird, which is in sort of the last 2 week span, the energy draw of the house shot up. So 2 weeks ago, the energy for the house was mostly standard. You know, it rises and falls where it normally should, but it's using about 50% more power during some of the evening hours in the last 2 weeks.
Would this be something in line with, like, say, us on our computers playing games for the most of the night, or is it something that would be higher?
It would be okay. Well, you mean you're a learned fellow, so Ajax would know this. it would be the equivalent of someone firing up probably about 15 computers, as opposed to just one more.
So we're talking
Alright.
about like somebody like turned on a furnace and the washing machine and the water heater all at the same
Exactly,
time.
yeah. But they've only been doing it for 2 weeks, and it's, not always the same hours, but it's normally in the evening.
Alright, I think I've learned all I can here. I'd like to head inside and check out his computer.
So you head inside, and actually, Origami has a little bit more information about the boy's room.
Tell me more, Origami.
There's pictures he's been drawing. He's been drawing recently, and they're all just squiggles and just randomness. I can't. His mother says it's for a video game, but I doubt it. I hand him over the papers.
Okay. So you're looking at a bunch of papers, like Origami was saying, but instead of squiggles, it's sort of like dot patterns, but it's not in a pattern. You know what I mean? Like someone was making like white noise on a television, coloring it in with pencil crayons. And then the other half of the drawings are geometric shapes and weird sort of overlapping patterns. But again, yeah, the mother said that, he's only recently started drawing, just in the last 2 weeks. He's really got into this new video game, and, she was afraid that he would never get into something creative because the father was a bit of a bore in that regard. So she's really happy that he's doing it, and she's encouraging it, and it's just something relating to his game.
Do I see anything like
Does she
broken
know
windows?
the name of the game?
1 sec, there's Elphys. Sorry, Origami, you said something about the windows?
Yeah, do I see anything like broken? Anything,
No, there's nothing broken on the windows.
not even an open window?
No.
Can I check the doors to see if it's been signs of being picked or damaged in any way?
Yep, okay. Actually, I'll have Origami and Rudy go ahead and give me a search roll. And sorry, Zelphus.
100, right?
Yeah. And Zelphus, you were asking about what?
Well, it's his mom. Shouldn't she know what the game was, or does she know?
Yes.
He was playing on his Nintendo.
Playing on the
It was something
Nintendo.
called Pokemon's Go.
Yeah. Oh, God. Would that...
Oh, Lord.
Oh, man. Oh, dear.
No, sorry, bad joke, but what is the actual title of the game?
Sorry, the name of the game is Project... Wow. I'm going to retcon that. Project 68. I had it 76, but it just made me think Soldier 76. So it's Project 68 is the name of the game.
Is there a box near? I was gonna say, where did she get it for him?
Well, you ask her and she says, "Oh, I just got it from the rental store." I mean, he picked it out and he's been
What?
loving it.
Hold on, what rental store?
Oh, there's a rental store just in town. It's at the back of Jack's Pawn.
In the name?
The game name is Project 68.
No, the store.
Oh, Jack's Pawn.
Oh, they said it was behind Jack's Pawn.
Yeah, it's
Sorry.
in the back. It's like a back room where you can rent like movies. And
Are we
games.
talking Hollywood Video, Blockbuster?
It's just like a smaller thing that the guy runs in the back.
Right, and
As to Origami, I'm going to say, with your little bit of a looking around there, you do notice as if there's almost a soot on the inside of the window. As you were looking through that. And-
I asked Melinda if her son was smoking.
No, he's
Well,
9 years old. He wouldn't smoke, silly. No, he's a
ma'am,
good kid.
we can't discount anything.
Mhm.
Oh God, do you think he was smoking cannabis?
I would not know.
Not on my- oh, this is like all the agents just look at each other like, we got a real criminal here.
Smoking weed? Arrest that child, but he's been kidnapped. Well, fuck.
Arrest pending. He's a fugitive now.
That's right. Rudy.
This started as a rescue, turned into an arrest.
There.
Arrest you.
Oh God.
So Rudy, there's actually nothing wrong with any of the doors except the front door. You notice one of the hinges is slightly bent, almost as if it was opened a little too harshly. And by little, I mean obviously a lot. You need a bit of force there, but not enough to like rip the door off the hinges or anything silly like that. And sorry, Zelphus, did I get all the information you asked for?
No, I'd just like to see the boy's computer.
Oh, sure. So the computer's set up in his room, and you actually, you notice he has an HTC Vive. Ooh, fancy, fancy.
Nerd.
Yeah. I only say that because that is a VR device that does take up a whole room, and I'm not sure if the competitor products do that. I don't think the Oculus does. Point is, though, it's a VR device that you sort of set up sensors around the room, so instead of just seeing things through your eyes and having controllers, you can sort of have a whole like virtual box that you're interacting with things in. So he has one of those hooked up to his computer.
Okay, you said it was from a middle-class family, right?
Yes.
How the hell did they afford this?
Well, they're actually surprisingly not as expensive as you'd think, but that is a fair question. Would you like to ask the Gersh?
No, I'm going to check that on my own resources later.
Okay. It's like, damn it, he got it before me!
The nerd's like, damn. Wait, this guy's 9. Why does he have this and I don't? I'm on the payroll of the FBI. I should have much better money than this. What the hell?
I've got a $4,000 surveillance drone, but I don't have a fucking VR device.
Back to the point, though.
Yeah.
Break out my tool and actually start. I'd like to try and see if I can access the computer of the rig.
Okay, so you turn on the computer and it is a little bit fried. It does run though, but the weird thing is you manage to, it boots a little slowly, and it gets to Windows.
Oh, we're all used to that.
Yeah, and actually,
Oh, thank God it's Windows.
yeah, the only issue, yeah, it's a MacBook. I'm sorry. No,
That's it. I quit. I'm going back to the office. You're on your own, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, so the only thing is, it seems like the electrical surge that affected the stuff outside was stopped mostly by the power supply.
I was going to say, it has to. If he's got something this big, it's got to be power surge protected.
Yep. So it's not that the computer itself is like fried. It was just like almost. However, when you get into Windows, you're sort of staring at the first time setup screen.
Ah, interesting.
Hmm.
All right. Well, turned off, restart it. We'll go into the system files. We'll boot it back to its last saved configuration.
Okay. Give me a computer science roll.
A high schooler could do this.
Have I
But
made it back to the pawn shop yet? Just wondering.
yes, you're at the pawn shop. And Zelphus.
Drunkenly
Yeah.
ambling along the street.
I love how.
Pawn shop!
Isn't it going to be great when you guys show up at the pawn shop and Borod's already there? You're just like, how
Yeah,
the...
you're like, all right, so we need to look for the. Hey, sup, fuckers? Where have you been? Been here for 25 minutes.
Okay, so sorry. No, there is a reason why I'm having you roll this, Elvis.
All right. I trust you.
Okay, wow, shit, dude. That
I'm
is
not sure I made that, did
No,
I?
oh yeah, come on. So the thing is, well, not
Recover
only
some data.
do you
Bill Gates
recover,
hired your ass.
you actually recover all the data.
Stop. Partition off onto a separate drive. I don't want this on the main system.
Okay, sure. So you've done that, and you notice there's actually nothing wrong with the hard drive at all. The problem is somebody deliberately formatted the drive.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Does it have a timestamp for the action in the system file registry?
Well, normally I'd ask you to roll that again, because that's asking, but you fucking nailed it. So, yeah, it was 9:16.
Typing my notes.
Mm-hmm.
I have my notes you hear clicking in real life. What the fuck are you doing?
Selfless, what's happening with the computer?
Interesting timing, though.
Yeah, so Agent Connor just asked what's on the computer. Ajax?
Sorry, Ajax was typing a little bit of notes. Yeah, that's Again, that's operator error. Zelf is controlling his meat puppet, not doing quite right.
That's
Yeah.
problem between driver's seat and steering wheel.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
All right.
Well, I've recovered basically the entire hard drive, but someone tried to conceal it by reformatting it. However, looking at the system registry here, it's showing that this was done at 9:16. But I checked earlier outside by tapping into the power grid citywide, and that was the same time as the energy output that fried the electrical systems in the home.
But formatting it will not fry a computer and will not short circuit it.
Well, most computers have a surge protector, or they'll have redundant systems inside them to protect against memory loss or file loss. But this one's kind of fried. We really did luck out on getting this. It was kind of touch and go. And I haven't really had a chance to delve through the files, but I'll do that now.
So whoever did this must have short circuited it after they finished reading it. And
Now,
they
not
can't-
necessarily. They might have set it as a runtime event with a certain executable, so it will start at that time. And if they somehow had access to the power grid, they could have had to do that at that time as well,
So this must
either locally or with a remote device.
this might be a one-man job then.
I'll know more once I look at the files.
Okay. So.
Fuck, I wish I was there. I'd be just making stupid comments about, well, they could have just stuffed a fucking wrench in the power splitter.
Well, they just
my
cut the
God.
cables.
Goddamn everything.
Yeah. All right.
Don't you have some bourbon to be going about?
Oh, he's already doing
Not
that.
bourbon, it's whiskey.
So, all right, Zelphus, I will give you 2 more questions, and we will cut over to Bob.
Yeah, I was going to say we have to kind of wrap this up but while I'm delving into this. So I've already copied off the drive, inspected the computer.
Mhm.
Oh, right. I'd like to check. No, actually, I can do that later. We can skip over to Bob now. My questions for you are just kind of background information.
Yeah, no,
Really.
that's fine.
I was
anything-
hoping to pull up the log of his activity, kind of just a what
Yeah.
recent files are running. Or...
Pornhub.
No, no, believe me, it's a 9-year-old, so I'm kind of hoping it's not quite that stage yet.
Yeah.
But you never know.
Okay, so
DeviantArt.
so he's actually been playing this game. That you see that was on the log, but the most recent things were played the game, and then started playing it around 8 o'clock, 8:30. For simplicity's sake, we'll just say 8 o'clock, just so it gives us a time frame. And then at 9:05 p.m. he went on and opened up his browser. Simplicity's sake, we'll say he used, dear God, Firefox or something. And then he visited a few websites. And then, of course, the format happened at 9:16. The only website of note, yeah, it mostly looked like it just sort of booted up, like you're opening, like the save bookmarks type ones that like automatically open. But one of them is a weird forum you've never heard of. Most of the usual stuff you've got, like your Hotmail, you've got, your YouTube and things like that. But it's an odd
Facebook,
forum.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Who is this 4chan?
Yeah.
The mystery deepens.
Oh man.
No, but continue. The forum?
Yeah, so the forum is like a whole bunch of like weird strings. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it is a very long URL of just weird strings. But when you load it up, it's just a black screen, a blue box, and it says Project 68 Official Forums.
How strange.
And there's
Alright, I'm
a
going to-
login and password slot.
All right, log in using his password and
Yep, so I mean, you just like dip and you do your hacker thing. You've already rolled well enough for that. So you get in and you're now staring at a bunch of posts. The only one you're going to check right now before we cut over to Bob is the latest post, which is just reached level 27. What now? And you click on that, and it's got his username posted it. And there's only one reply. there's a like one first reply, and then there's just a couple after, like, oh, I haven't reached that far yet. And the first reply is, format your hard drive. We're coming.
Ooh.
Hmm.
And so
And does that poster have a name, title, number of posts?
He actually does not.
Blank reply, blank post, blank name. Interesting.
Gaben is kidnapping people.
Oh God.
You have been selected to test Half-Life 3.
That's what it is, yeah. The great Half-Life conspiracy. Guys, I just beat level 27 of TF2. Is there a Steam sale coming up? We're ready. I got all 365 hats.
Fuck, I don't know how many hats that game has. Zelfus, how many games? Hats. 500?
Hell if I know.
Ajax, hack the system. How many hats? All right,
If
so
you really want me to, I will Google that right now to answer that.
Ajax, we need more Steam keys for these fucking crates.
and this is one thing I love about doing Delta Green as well, is it does let me just pull up Google Maps, and I think that's so fun, just being able to like actually see a real city and actually interact with real things, especially in like, you know, real time. It's kind of cool. But so we are back to Bob now. Bob, you can
Yeah,
feel
thanks for your patience, by the
Damn
way.
it, Bob.
yeah, anyone can feel free to call Bob at any time and let him know about the weird shit. But in the meantime, Bob has rolled up to Jack's pawn. You go in, it's an Asian man running the counter, and it's just a mishmash of just shit. It is just shit, shit, shit. If you've ever been to a Salvation Army or some equivalent, yeah, it's just a bunch of like used items all over. Some of them mostly seem like junk, but that's what it is. And then there's an area off to the back which you need to look for, which it's not curtained or anything like that. It doesn't seem shifty. It just, you know, says movies, and with like two of the like letters of movies actually lighting up. The rest of them are black. Bulbs probably haven't been changed in forever. And you see a lit room behind them.
Alright, well then I suppose the first thing to do would be to ask said old Asian man if they are the proprietor of the shop.
Okay. He says, yes, I am. I'm not going to do an awful Asian accent. I'm sorry. But yeah, you know, he is. He's, oh my God, we have someone that speaks Chinese.
Yeah.
Never thought that would come into play. Put him on
I was like,
speaker.
damn.
Anyway.
Who's speaking this?
But yeah, he says, you know, yes, he's worked here. He's owned the store for 20 years now.
Got a few questions for you then. You know Melinda Gersh? She's got a young boy. It's been told he frequented here for game rentals and whatnot.
Oh, Rash, the girl's boy.
Oh God.
Yes, he made excellent dumplings.
He really like the rames. He's just like Scooby-Doo Asian for some reason. No, but yeah. No, he says yes, he frequents here. And, you know, he really likes going in the back and renting the newest game that comes out.
All right. Have you seen him within the last, say, 72 hours or so? Because he's gone missing. We're just checking his usual haunts, see if he's been by.
He explains to you, actually, you know, the longest you can rent a game here is 5 days. And the boy's been really interested in this new title that came out, and he just keeps like re-renting it over and over. So he's rented it, you know, like 3-4 times now. So he just saw him recently to renew like his rental for the game.
All right. So you haven't seen him within just the last little bit, though, since he's gone missing. Not accusing you, per se, just you haven't seen him since.
He says, you know, he's probably seen him, you know, a day or two ago. Again, just filling up the rental. He seemed fine. He was really eager to, you know, get the game again. And, you know, the owner says that he always seemed worried that somebody else would be interested in the game and that he wouldn't be allowed to keep playing it, but he just kind of hand waved it.
All right. Shit. What else do I really ask? Because you know what? Would you happen to have a second copy available, or is it just the one that he kept renting?
He's like, well, I had a couple more, but they just took them away yesterday. They, you know,
They.
oh, the company. They came back. They said there was a huge recall on the game. Said it just had some sort of defect and it wouldn't run properly.
All right. Would you happen to have an invoice, refund papers for the games, or any of that sort, so we can try and get in contact with the company?
He looks through and he hands you an invoice paper and he's like, it's weird. I don't remember ever ordering the game, but they just brought it in one day and it seemed so popular with the young boy. I just didn't have the heart to send it back.
All right. Well, that's really about all the questions we got. All right. Well, I'll thank you for your time, and I'll let you know if we hear anything about it. Maybe you'll
Okay.
get your games back. Maybe we'll have good news when we see you next.
Maybe we'll get your games back.
Well, hey, he was making money off of renting those games.
That's right. Maybe we'll get the child to come back who rents your games. Maybe we'll bring back your customers.
Well, no games means no customers, so.
Delta Green, probably dead in a ditch.
Oh God.
Delta Green, well, but games are important too.
Delta Green,
Well,
Haley.
I can just see it. The guy, what's the name of the guy that's the leader that sent us out on this little mission back at the office?
Oh,
Marv?
Fred? Yeah.
Fred. I can just see it. He goes, Delta Green, more like Simply Green. You just whitewash everything. Son of a bitch.
Oh my god. Delta Green or alien pedophiles? News at 11.
Oh, God.
Classic Fox.
Alright, well, shit, so now my stuff's wrapped up, their stuff's wrapped up. Have they come outside to see that I've already done all their detective sleuthing for them?
Yeah, so you guys are going to pull up at the pawn shop to see Bob leaving.
Bob, what the hell are you doing here?
Well, actually, I'm going over to the stupid food line to get his goddamn stupid chai, tea, coffee, whatever girly drink.
It was
But,
like 2 hours ago.
Yeah, well, I was at the diner and then I went to a different shop.
How have you
and-
been doing this entire time?
Drinking.
Well, I had to make a few stops. I was at the diner.
What is it, your age and your bladder getting to you?
Sure.
Agent Bladder.
Bladder starts with B. I start with B.
Can I accuse him of drinking again?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
The thing is, though, I haven't been drinking yet. I said
Oh.
the whiskey was for me. It's not gone yet.
Damn it, Dad, you're drinking again. You're not my son.
You're back on the sauce, and you're back on your mother's nipple. Go away.
Say hi to your aunt for me.
Oh.
Say hi to your aunt and your cousin. I mean, brother.
Oh, Jesus. All right.
Anyhow, we need to go inside there. There's someone we need to speak to you about, well, a game we discovered that might have a connection to the disappearance.
Oh, what was the name of the game?
Project 68.
Oh, great. Now the old bastard's talking to himself.
I love. So you just
Who
talk.
brought this drunk asshole?
Bob.
Can we throw him in?
I love how Bob talks
See,
in emotes.
That's the best part, though, since I get to do all this shit for myself, and it's just, oh, you mean Project 68? Yeah, I already talked to Jack about that, and yeah, he doesn't have any more copies. The company recalled him. Kid hasn't been seen here for the last few days, and yeah, how about that coffee?
I do love the fact though that somehow Bob managed to circumvent everything. It just
Bob gives 0 fucks. I can't make games. I can't fucking play them either.
why hasn't he been promoted?
Bob, world's best
Damn it.
janitor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's your invoice for the game refund that he didn't ever order, and yeah.
Does that have a company name on that?
I don't know. I didn't read it. I literally took 2 steps out the shop, and you're all talking at me. How am I supposed to
give-
read if I'm getting talked at?
Most people can do both at the same time. Now hand it over.
All right, so he passes it over. It is Rainbow
No,
Publishing.
I don't want to hand it to him. He asked the questions. I'm handing it to Origami.
Oh, okay. So you hand. That's true. Yeah, he's just a civilian shithead.
I hand it past him.
Oh my god.
Oh,
So you hand it
I
over to me.
do need to remind Ajax. Even Bob outranks you.
Yes, but you see, I'm holding all the keys on the keypad here.
Yes, but I'm literally holding the keys, though. I'm the one with the lock-picking skill.
So he passes
I
it
did
over to
too.
Agent Connor. So Agent Connor, you
And I
see.
pass it to.
You pass it to Ajax.
Wait, what?
Thank you, Agent.
And then look
Maybe I
back
can
home.
backtrack and find out where this came from.
And look at
FBI
Bob
or
and says-
Sandbox Police?
Now you two shits play nice. Well, tell your parents.
Well,
Hey.
I mean, the one guy's parents are fucking drunk, and he's right here, so that doesn't help.
So I asked Bob, where's my
All right,
latte?
sorry. You were saying.
Yeah, he's asking Bob.
Ruffle.
No,
I'm asking
Origami.
Bob, where's my latte?
Oh shit!
Well, your latte's still at the goddamn grocery store because they only have black coffee, and there ain't a fucking Starbucks around here, so
So I said, fuck it.
fuck me, you don't have the fucking, you don't got the money.
Oh man, Connor's raging.
Ajax just, as he's hopping in the van, 2 fucking hours, he can't find the right cup of coffee in a town this small. So anyway, Ruffle, you were saying
Fuck.
about the files. It was from the publisher of
Oh,
what?
man. Agent Connor only has 2 states of mind: latte and I don't give a fuck.
Bob has one state of mind, I don't fucking care.
Yeah. All
I
right.
can see the
So-
distinction.
You look at Rainbow Publishing. It's actually it's a company that's put out a lot of things. They put out books. They've put out games. They've put out like odd little movies. They've put out tons of shit. But the weird thing is, when you look into it, you can find citations and sources and things that talk about things that they've made, but you can never actually find anywhere to buy them. So I would need a, let's say, computer science at half your roll. So you have a 40% chance to dig up some information on, okay, that's a 54. Now,
Yeah, you said half would be 40, so that's not it.
yeah, that's not it. However, again, so the thing that I really love that the new Delta Green has done, and this is the unfortunate thing that we gotta waste some of the initial session talking about this, is the changes to the sanity system. So at any point when you take a chunk of sanity damage, you can spend willpower to reduce it. So you roll a d4 or whatever we feel, but yeah, like you roll a d4, and then you can reduce the sanity damage by that much. So let's say you roll a 4, you take 4 less san, but then you also have to reduce your willpower by 4. So you can get willpower back, but that's, it's a little nice buffer. But when you do that, you have to reduce one of your bonds by the amount of willpower you reduced. And your bonds are not only people that you know or groups that you care about, they're also your source of mental stability. They're your source of, these people are here for me. So doing that is kind of scary, because now you're damaging these relationships is essentially what you're doing. Whether that means that you're just stressed out, so you're going to take it out on them, or whether that means that, maybe if it was a spouse, you guys get divorced or something because she can't handle how distant and how weird you've become. Things like that. So it's really cool. But what it also means is these bonds are great little in-character sort of, I have these as people I can talk to. So even though Zelphus, or Ajax in this case, rolled a 54, he can still call up his little hacker buddy group, and maybe with all their resources, they can get this going. So it's always an option he has to sort of give them a call or one of them a call and see if they can get the group working on it, and maybe by tomorrow morning or maybe in like an hour, depending on how good they are, they can have results that he himself missed. So it's always something to keep in mind, because another use for bonds would be like,
I really don't want to burn the sand though.
oh no, you don't take sand loss to call up these guys.
Oh, I thought you were referring to it.
No,
as
but I'm saying
part of
that
delving deeper.
if you do take sand damage, like you can damage it, and obviously using a relationship too much or using it at all could put them in jeopardy, right? But right now maybe we're okay and we don't have to worry about that. Maybe not.
Yeah, it's not too severe. Just a little bit of background
But
checking.
but like Rudy, for example, I mean, he has some surviving members of his Navy SEAL team. Maybe if he needs some guns that the FBI don't want to give them, or more importantly, if he doesn't want to ask the FBI for guns, because you guys eventually are going to be working for Delta Green, who are outside the grid. So when you're doing that, you can't really go through the FBI channels for equipment anymore. You can, but then you somehow you got to sort of write why you need them, and you need to have that check out. You know what I mean? So maybe then he is an option to get equipment or weapons through these guys. So just always keep in mind that your bonds are there and you can use them, much like a person would. You know, you're going through a really tough time, or you're trying to save the world essentially. So you're going to be using these people, but as you use these people, you're damaging those relationships. You're maybe throwing them in jeopardy. You know, you call your wife. Okay, look, I need you to go. I have a safe in the back room. You didn't know about it. I need you to open it. I need you to grab the duffel bag. Don't look in it, and I need you to put it in the car. You know what I mean? But then maybe she's going to get hit. You know, so it's just cool. You have these options. You have these cool things. Just it's something to keep in mind, and I really like it. It's a very evocative system. It's very interesting. But sorry for that little bit of explanation stuff. So we have two options right now. So Zelphus is patching through to those guys. Are you going to give them a phone call, or what's up?
Yeah, just kind of patch into them, ask them if you can do a
Okay.
little bit.
So who have you?
A little bit of surface background.
Did you reach Clorox this time, or who'd you get? Maybe you got CLR.
No. You guys don't understand. Rafa and I were making a joke about this earlier, where as the group I'm part of, we all have like just really shitty names that all have something to do with cleaning up the net.
Mr. Clean.
Oh, we don't talk to him yet. That's only if you're in really dire straits.
Yeah. Mr. Clean's like even better at computers than you are. You know, he's yeah.
It's just a general request out to the others in the group.
Okay. So you send them a call.
I only have access to Google out this far. Anybody got better connection than me?
All right.
It's
So
always disturbing when the meeting goes quiet. It's like, oh no.
that's right. So yeah, you sent this call out, and sort of, it was a bit weird, right? It was almost like 10 seconds before you went to hang up yourself, the phone hung up.
Strange.
You still have a signal and everything, though. Everything's fine. It was just almost like the phone just hung up a little bit before you hit the button. It could have just been you. Like, I mean, phones are what they are, touchscreens now. You can accidentally do anything.
Yeah, but I'm a little bit more paranoid than that. So I'm going to actually hop in the van with my laptop and see what's going on. I want to trace the signal, what carrier or whatever I'm using that's got the governmental access. I'm going to backtrack that and see what the signal disruption was caused by.
Okay.
If nothing else, I can try the local cell towers.
Okay. So you're doing that, and it's actually, it was just sort of like, it seemed to you like it was just like a fluke. You know what I mean? Like it could have just, whatever reason, like the whole network just farted for half a second. Didn't seem to be anything. As for everybody else, what is our plan? Would we like to call it for the evening, and we can pick this up, you know, maybe in a couple days? Or would you guys like to keep going? Completely
I
up
would
to you.
vote for continuing, but
I have zero plans.
Okay.
I don't have plans.
Alrighty. So where to, boys?
Well, since I didn't have any time to read the paperwork, then I guess I need to get filled in on the way to wherever the fuck we're going. So
Okay.
I have no qualms on where we're heading.
So, I guess actually, since we don't have any real information, we're just waiting back on Ajax's buddies. we could head to the diner and get some food. I guess you
I
guys are
was
probably
gonna
getting
say we
hungry.
should go to the diner and get some food.
Yeah.
Get Origami his goddamn coffee.
Okay, so you guys stop by the grocery store for the latte, and then head over to the diner.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
we have to
Yeah.
take 2 vehicles though. Woo.
Just kick in the door. Honey, I'm home.
Okay. So I mean, I will. I will
That
remind
would kind of get me thrown right the fuck back out of my ass.
you. So you guys are parked at the diner now with your sports car and your unmarked FBI van, and you go in and you're just ordering sandwiches or whatever. I would assume. One of the fun things about role playing is it doesn't matter what you eat, but sometimes saying what you eat can just be like such an amazing thing because like you say it and you're like, oh my god, that makes sense for my character, or better yet, you say it, and then just something about that helps you form the character as we go on through the sessions. You know what I mean?
Not only that,
I want a cheeseburger.
also checking out what they're doing, because if there's someone trying to kill you,
Yeah.
and they go, here, have some chili with the arsenic topping.
So you know you've got your Navy SEAL crushing a cheeseburger, solid.
Waffles.
You know, waffles. Okay,
Waffles.
that's interesting. She kind of looks at you. She's like, breakfast is almost over, and you're like, but almost. So like,
I haven't eaten breakfast. I need to get my latte.
so yeah, she gets you.
Fuck your latte.
You did get a latte. You stopped at the grocery store, so you're good. So you got waffles, a
French dip
cheeseburger.
sandwich.
Oh, classy. All right.
Classy.
Triple stack sandwich, side of fries, and I'll have a coffee.
All right. Cool.
I have a coffee too. Why not?
Well, Origami has a coffee. He doesn't get one. He doesn't drink this
He's just
normal
sitting there with
stuff.
one in both hands. I'm ready.
Yeah.
My coffee is augmented.
So is Bob having any coffee?
Bob already had a coffee. I think I'll stick with water.
You mean like?
Well, that's
Did
the thing, though. Like, I'm
Did you-
53. I probably need to piss quite often.
Oh, here's a question: where's your alcohol? Is it in the car now,
Well, no, the
or are you just
vodka,
carrying it in your
the
brown?
vodka I can have put in the car, but the whiskey went in a hip flask.
Okay.
I was about to say, he has to have a
He
hip
has to
flask.
have a
I
hip
know
flask.
Barb. I know Barb. He'll augment this guy with a
He
hip
has
flask.
one for each hip, and then a fanny pack with a hip flask in it.
Oh, have you seen the ones that go on a person's ankle?
No, but what the fuck?
Yeah.
They're like an ankle holster.
That's
from like
bannable.
it's hilarious.
Yeah. All right.
There's
So
But
the
no,
ones
I
that
only
are
have one
belt
hip flask
buckle.
because the other hip flask has, or the other hip has the Glock on it. So.
oh,
it's a
true.
rubber flask.
Yeah.
What if it's actually a fake Glock? It's actually a flask meant to look like a real
Oh
Glock.
my god.
I think they actually have those. Like,
I
it's
think so,
it's,
too.
it's not a squirt gun, but it's actually like just a hollow thing that you put alcohol into.
Yes.
Sick, dude. All right. So, you guys are all sitting at a booth or something eating.
Yeah, preemptively pounding water so I can get drunk as fuck later.
Fair enough.
I'm just
Do
looking
we-
through the jukebox.
Oh, the jukebox. Cool. What are you putting on?
Nothing.
Oh, you're
Just
just
looking.
looking? Just sipping your latte and looking and eating a waffle
First
at
thing
the
I'm
same
going to
time.
do something like don't rock the jukebox is going to be what he gets on there.
He's actually just like you're just holding a waffle in one hand and eating it while holding your latte in the other and looking at the
No,
juice box.
he's just holding the plate of waffles, occasionally slamming it into his face.
Okay, pretty covert. You
Oh
know
god,
what?
how do I human?
Yeah, people are probably like staring at the FBI with waffles, thinking like, is this like cops and donuts, or like, I'm not really sure. But the patrons of the diner, the first old guy that you talked to is gone. The other guy who was doing his crosswords is asleep. The
Lively place.
Yeah, the sort of older gentleman that helped you out with the tip for the pawn shop is there.
The guy that was playing Candy Crush.
That's right. And you actually, as you guys are here, you see Melinda Gersh coming in, and she sort of gives you an odd look and then sort of smiles and then goes into the sort of kitchen, and she's like starting to tie her apron around her. Aside from that, no other patrons at the moment.
you know what? On a whim to let them all deliberate and to yet again make it so I'm conveniently able to feign ignorance, I'm gonna go hit the head while they're talking about all that stuff.
Oh, like in real life?
As I probably shouldn't realize, but also in the game.
Oh, okay. All right.
So then they, feign ignorance, like, Bob, why don't you know this? I wasn't fucking there.
Yeah, but I actually wasn't. Yeah. All right. So Bob is hitting the head, and that's exactly what he said. He stood up, got to hit the head, and left.
Well, I mean, I had coffee like an hour ago. That's a diuretic.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah,
It is.
you're probably on your way out there.
He's on his way out in more than one way.
Oh, good.
So,
Hey, excellent.
sorry.
What about ex Ajax? If anybody's contacted him recently yet?
Hold on, let me check.
All right.
Waffle.
Yeah. So your buddies said they found something. It's this Rainbow Publishing. They can't find any physical products. It seems almost as if they were a ghost company, just sort of set up as a front, and that for years they've just been like inventing things they've done or sold or like whatever. I mean, there's even reviews for this stuff, but they can't see any. There's no sales numbers on the internet. There's no sign that anything has ever been shipped anywhere or anything has even been physically made. And what the weirdest things is they've noticed that the page numbers for some of the books don't even match up.
That's very strange.
Yeah, and most notably, the books that don't match up are all very oddly, like, the book titles are just sort of like odd, like, couple letters and numbers together. And they assume it has something to do with television, or maybe it's some sort of code. But they're not sure.
I wonder if that's actually a combination string for their actual book reference index number.
Okay. Yep, I know what you're saying. For like in a library?
Not just that, but every book across the United States, well, I'm not sure if it runs internationally, but every book, doesn't matter what book, has its own ISBN number.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be either a series of numbers or a series of letters.
Like I know
For
that exists for
example,
some stuff, yeah.
Yeah, like I just pulled just a random book off my shelf here, and it's ISB 0-89577-. You get the idea.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm wondering if that's not actually a code for a string that leads to what they actually are, or where they're actually indexed properly in their filing network.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Well, now that you've said that, I like it. Let's say yes. So you sort of mentioned that to the guys, and they're like, "Oh, I didn't even think of that," you know. And they're pulling up stuff, and now you're pulling up stuff, looking at this information as well, on your tablet in the room. And yes, in fact, there is only one that you can find, actual published book, completely different name, completely different publishing company, but it shares that ISBN. It was ISBN, was it? That's the term for it?
Oh, sorry, it's the ISBN, yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
ISBN. And it's a book on, I don't want to call it a conspiracy book, but it's some like odd thing like that. It's almost like a, I guess sort of, like secrets exposed and theoretical application of like just as sort of a word you don't understand. Quick Google, it's some sort of referenced maybe Mesoamerican alien race, something like that.
And Bob's back from the bathroom, and he says, "What, you looking up Tom Clancy now?"
Well, funny you mention Ajax would, but
I think we should head to the library then.
okay. So
Maybe
if
they
you
have the book there.
All right, so the title is Secrets Exposed and Theoretical Explanations of Random Word Mesoamerican God / People / Culture.
slash
just-
sort of like species thing, yeah. So, and you can actually find a warehouse where it's shipped at least one copy from. And that warehouse, just for, um,
All right. Let's have it.
ease, it's going to be, say, Buffalo, United States. If in case there's more than one Buffalo, let's go with the one north of New York. Sorry, I don't know the states. I don't know if you have more than one Buffalo, but the one sort of near the Canadian border.
Yeah, people run out of ideas. They just borrow and say, "Oh, well, it's on our state, so it's different." No, you're just
Yeah,
being
that's fair.
uninventive, unimaginative.
One of
all right. So, do I have to write down like an actual string of address, or can I just put Buffalo, U.S. North?
yeah,
New
you can just
York?
put Buffalo, U.S. and then like a warehouse, and we'll remember.
All right.
Your buddies also say not related to Rainbow Publishing, but did you mention Project 68 to them?
I. Oh no, I had to because I was.
Well, that's the
asking for
question
references
because
to
yeah,
where
but
it came from.
you're asking about Rainbow Publishing. I'm just not sure if you alerted them to the whole FBI
Oh, I didn't tell them
investigation.
I was working. No, that's
So,
something
but you
I
haven't
kinda
talked
keep
about Project
close.
68, or have you?
Honestly, I think I just asked for the publisher.
Okay. Yep. If you're
Because
fine with that.
we had the name of the game, but we didn't have anything on Rainbow Publishing.
hmm
So that's why I was asking them, like, what can you tell me about these guys?
All right. So, um, the the sort of the old guy that Borrowed spoke to before, pardon me, he comes up to the table and recognizes Borrowed, and obviously he sees the rest of you also in FBI gear, and he sort of says, oh, any leads on the missing child?
Still missing.
He nods and says, I think, not that I know anything, but this might be the kind of case that maybe be careful what you find out.
Gee, why don't I file that under mysterious and ominous at the same time? A wonderful man.
Yeah.
Again, remember, I'm a hacker with very little respect for most people.
No, that's
until
absolutely fair.
learn,
Yeah,
so
Ajax
it
doesn't.
fits within my
Ajax does not have to have the same respect as other people might have. And again, this guy is potentially a nobody, so.
What my
And this is
crew-
where like Bob steps and's like, wait, he's my drinking buddy. Stop.
Yeah, exactly. Fred, is that you? It's the FBI guy all along.
No.
Trench coat come off. It was me all along. I'm here to check on you shits.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
from one old drunk man to another old, possibly drunk man. While so you're sitting there doing crosswords at fucking noon.
Oh no, sorry. This is the guy who's on his phone.
the other one. Oh,
Yeah,
oh.
sorry.
Damn it, not the old drunk. Okay, I thought you meant the sleep guy.
No, not the actual drunk. The possibly drunk, but no proof.
Yeah, just the one that smells like liquor.
Yeah.
Yeah, what can I really say to that aside from like calling Ajax a dick and apologizing for his lack of social cues, which is like the exact opposite because I'm quite shit at
Yeah.
real life, but
Yeah. He
What sort of trouble?
he looks at Bob and he's like, "Oh, that's no problem. I've seen it happen lots before. That again, the parents, it's just one of them, or there's some sort of struggle, or the boy just has a hard life. They just run off. They come back in a few days. I just saying maybe you shouldn't worry too much about this missing child. If you do find out anything, though, I'm sure his family would be very appreciative. They're good people, and he goes to shake your hand, Borrowed, and he's like, best of luck to you, agents. And as he shakes your hand, something comes loose with the shake, and he leaves.
Is it his hand?
Yes, that would be amazing. But no. It is what equates to, it's like a guitar pick, It's of a material that it's sort of like a guitar pick plastic, but it's a lot. It's both thinner and sturdier than a guitar pick plastic. And
That's pretty damn thin.
yeah, and it has 4 barely visible numbers. Not that you can. Well, let's say you can't even see them, but you can feel them. You know what I mean? If you rub it. Okay, but only you know that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just numbers, so what the hell would I have to really say about numbers? I think I would just pocket it for now.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, who is to say you didn't just fucking drop it? Like, it's the size of, what, a coin, a 50-cent piece? Like,
Yeah, that's about size guitar pick. Yep.
yeah, so I think I'd pocket it for the meantime.
Okay.
Especially because if I didn't really bother paying attention to it, oh, look, he gave me a fucking quarter. Like,
Yeah. Well, larger than a
he
quarter.
paid me for
but-
the jukebox.
Yeah, he paid you for the apple pie you bought him earlier.
Yeah.
So Zelphus, are you currently looking up project? Like, are you back on the Project 68 forum now, or no? Are you looking into that end of it? Or?
I'm still delving into that. I would like a little bit more detail about the lettering or the filigree on that coin. If you can kind of just shoot that to me in a text or something. Because I want to believe that might have something to do with the scribbles back at the house.
Oh well, I mean,
pictures.
you don't know it yet, so I can't really send it to you.
Yeah,
but
unless you're going to accost me for the coin, because like,
Oh wait,
Groffle said,
Yeah, he gave it to
Yeah.
Borrowed and or
Oh,
Bob.
I thought
he
you said it-
secreted it. Yeah, he secreted it into my hand, and I mean, it's got non-visible, just barely like feelable numbers on it. So
Yeah.
why would I pay attention to that? I don't fucking care. Like, as far as I'm concerned, it's a 50-cent piece.
So, if you're on the Project 68 forums again, you're looking through. There's been several other there's a lot of posts actually. Various usernames. You can't seem to. There's no way to trace where these posts are coming from. But
They're all Russian.
yeah, possibly. Well, except for the boy who was in the States. But there's a lot of these posts are different times or different usernames. And when I say a lot, I'm talking about probably 100 unique users. I'm not talking like 100,000. I'm talking 100, but it's a fair amount for what this is, which is a bit odd to you. And a lot of them just seem to be posts saying I'm on level X, whatever the level is, and there will be a reply from that no user poster just giving instructions and
Now, what are
tracing.
the?
Sorry?
I was about to say, what kind of instructions?
It just odd ones like, why don't you try this? Because a lot of it would be like, I'm on level whatever, I'm stuck. And it'll be like, why don't you try rotating it? Or why don't you try putting the device upside down? Or, have you tried stepping back? Stuff, just weird things like that. And then later it'll be, somebody said, okay, I'm on this level now. Just sort of an odd series of things like that.
Actually, this would be a great chance for me to ask the team leader. Hey, if I generated a list of names based off of their logins to these forums and found out who they were, could we cross-reference that with the FBI database to find out if they have any overlapping fields of interest besides just the game?
Okay, they're not names, it's just random strings.
No. But I'm saying if I'm getting inside their post, not the project, or sorry, Rainbow forums, what have you.
Oh yeah,
The
Project
actual
68.
the users that are actually.
No, that's what I'm saying. The usernames are all just random strings. It almost seems
Oh,
like
sorry.
it was
never mind.
probably
I thought
like.
you meant-
I mean, you could hypothesize maybe like serial numbers in the manual or something. It tells you to log in with. But the thing is, you do notice that there have been 3 other instances of people that reached high levels. 2 people at level 28 and another at level 27. And the reply was always just the same: format your hard drive, we're coming.
Format your hard drive. I'm coming in dry.
So now,
you do remember there is a 10-minute gap between what happened in, the boy posting that and the sort of power surge. So it is possible you could look up either power surges or maybe find disappearances.
I'm already ahead of you. I'm thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So
And I didn't go to the house, so I can't say nothing.
are we doing this?
hmm
Yeah.
I don't
There
see
have
why
been
not.
3. You can find those 3 dates and times. You can find kidnappings relating to that on the FBI database. They were
That's what I was
all
hoping to find with my
they were
original
all
inquiry.
sort of written off as not kidnappings, but disappearing child, and a lot of them were thought to just have sort of ran away from home. Now I can go ahead and hang on. I'll probably just make a new page if I remember how to do that here. Yeah. So I'm just going to drag you all over to this. So we still have our town if we need it, but this is you sort of pulled up and made a map so everyone can see the sort of geographical stuff. So this is what we're looking at. You guys are currently down in the bottom left at Dillsboro, but you'll notice these are the other places that have been sort of recorded missing children in the last, so often. It's been about a month's period of time. Yep.
Now, if I can just get myself to zoom out a little bit. There we go.
Slider up on the top right.
Yep.
How do you make the people's pictures go away?
Oh, like at the bottom?
Yeah.
So Toledo, Fort Wayne,
It's
and
settings, little gearbox, and then
Cleveland?
there's
No, all right.
player,
Oh,
video, after
interesting.
size, name only.
Ah, there we go. Yep.
Oh, awesome. Thanks, Origami.
My
Fucking
name's
awesome.
fucked up.
Yeah, you fucking douche.
So we're heading to.
Well, right now we're just sort of looking at where these other missing cases have been.
Again, it's more for my notes as well as I'm trying to draw a conclusion from the evidence that we've got. But aside from going to the warehouse, I really don't think there's much more I can pull up on this.
Okay.
Actually, no, wait. The FBI files would have more on the names, the age, the gender, their professions, if it is other kids or if it's adults, teenagers.
Winner, chicken dinner. Would you like to go ahead and do that?
Yeah, can we also assign them to each one that's in Fort Wayne, Toledo, and Cleveland?
I can do that for you.
Perfect.
So, we have, would you like to start in which
Let's
order?
head north. We'll start with Fort Wayne.
Okay, so for Fort Wayne, I will, I'm going to copy paste this for you. I wrote it up in my notes just so I could do, because sometimes I'll just write things on scrap paper, and sometimes I'll type it in a notepad because I don't want to be an asshole and I want to be able to relay it easily. But I'll say it and then we'll post it. So in Fort Wayne, we have April Nelson, age 11. They were actually just outside Fort Wayne. It's a female. We have Ricky Munster. He was 7 years old and he lived in Toledo. And Josh Smith, age 9, lived in Cleveland.
3 disappearances, 4 children in total, all of them within the same ascending or descending order of age. All playing I'm assuming, well, you know what? I'm saying after we do a little road trip up to Fort Wayne, Toledo, and Cleveland, then we can go check out the warehouse to the north of New York.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
that's just this humble hacker's opinion. I'd have to go through my team lead.
Well, my more immediate concern upon seeing that would be that these are all children that are disappearing playing a game. Normally, when there are several children disappearing and it's all interconnected, we run into more devious problems, sex rings, all that.
Yep, that's completely
There hasn't
fair.
been any hint of that on the actual information that we've gathered so far, but I will admit it is a possibility.
Oh yeah,
Just
absolutely.
young children going missing.
Actually, the way the FBI works, abductions and things of trafficking, human trafficking, gain higher priority than other crimes of that same division, as long as the subject is still assumed to be alive.
And
Would
you know,
this, DM, would this allow us to pull more manpower, resources, requisition
yeah,
equipment?
absolutely. Like you can go through official channels a lot easier if you spin it in that regard. I might have, of course, like Agent Connor do the talking. I'm not sure who the most charismatic of the bunch is.
8.
Yeah, but probably have
don't even know
Agent
what mine is.
Connor.
Like,
You actually
another
have pretty
10.
high. 10? Okay, that's pretty good.
I'm
And sort
at
of-
8.
Oh God, there we go. The
Zelphus,
charisma
save
10.
us.
Oh,
Shoot them
time
an
to
email
roll.
and be like, "Hey nerds, I need stuff."
Zelphus, we had charisma of 13.
Oh,
Okay, well, I guess we're gonna have the hacker talk to people.
Unfortunately,
even though we can't talk to civvies.
Fred doesn't like him though, so.
What did I ever
So-
do to What did I ever do to Fred?
He just doesn't like you because you're like a fucking shit.
Well,
That's fair.
You probably
I
hacked
was gonna
his
say,
email
that
and
is
found his
kinda fair.
mistress.
Yeah.
Hey, actually, if that was the case, I'd use that as leverage on him to get him to give us what we need.
No,
Okay.
because then you ruined his marriage, so he hates you.
I said use it as leverage. If he doesn't comply, then look what went out in the office email along with the TPS reports. Oh no!
Oh, God.
How did that get there?
Fucking
So-
TPS reports.
so I called Fred to inform him about the situation that's bigger than what we expected, and I think since we're going to a warehouse, we might encounter some resistance. So we'll have to need more firepower.
And mention possible human trafficking gives us more access.
It really does. The FBI treats that as one of the worst crimes that can be committed: trafficking, sex trafficking, abductions.
Now, I do want to remind you
Outcomes.
guys, for the duration of the rest of the day, there is still the parade and national festivities going on for these people that came back from Syria and celebrating how the things have been going over there. So, less manpower than you could normally draw, and tomorrow's going to be a bit of a bitch because tomorrow's catch-up day. So, I mean, you can still definitely get more than you currently have, but
I
it's
mean by firepower, but
firepower.
Mhm.
Well, you would have to have some sort of evidence. Now, see, this is really cool, and this is what I love about Delta Green is if you have people in the FBI, you have access to more tools and stuff like that. But again, you have to justify it. So it's even more strict than being a police officer. Why do you need bigger firepower? Do you know that
We
there's?
don't quite yet. That's
Yeah, we
the
don't
thing.
know there's like an
Not
armed.
right now.
Yeah, we don't have it like any.
However, if we can draw on local police or local FBI. The FBI, sorry, I should say, maintains multiple local branches in larger cities in different states.
Yeah, they have satellite offices. Yeah, there's
So
one
if they're in an area that's not really heavily, say for example, not a lot of our veterans return to this part. Like say, I'm going to use Toledo as an example. It's a pretty decent sized city, but just for argument's sake.
Yep.
We get there and it's like, oh yeah, it's just a small little parade. We've only got about 50 servicemen and women walking through. Then we treat them to dinner somewhere else, and everyone else disperses. Well, after the ceremony, we can still pull maybe, I would say, 15, 20 officers or agents.
So, I mean, one thing you might want to think about is we do have the closest, like, large city, if we look at this sort of spider web path, is Cincinnati is your main office. So you could just head back there. You know, it's about a 40-minute drive, not too bad. Columbus is a little larger, and it's kind of in the middle. So there's sort of the potential if you could pull people from like outlying areas into Columbus and maybe do like a big meeting with them, explain all the stuff, and then you could send them out. But that takes time.
Bring the coffee and waffles.
Yeah, so I don't know how you want to go about this, but yeah, absolutely. Let's say
In the meantime, we could start heading up to Fort Wayne. Unless, does anyone else have anything else we need to check here inside this city? I mean, we've kind of run out of evidence as far as I can find.
We could pop back to Cincinnati and tell Fred that we're going on a half-day long field trip.
I
I
guess
just
you
told
could
them-
just
Oh,
call
you're
him.
right. We should probably
That's
call
right,
him.
yeah.
call him.
Agent Connor's on the phone with them right now explaining.
Oh, nice.
So, Agent Connor, what sort of things are you telling Fred?
that was stronger than expected. There's connect sightings in Fort Wayne, other places, and we don't expect them.
So, and Fred's like, so what are you trying to say here? Connor is some sort of serial rapist?
No, so it looks
Oh,
like a cult some kind. I don't know.
a cult? What kind of cult we talking about? Devil worshippers? I haven't had too many devil worshippers here in Cincinnati.
I don't know. But it's based around this game called
Project 68.
Project 69.
Let's think of the number.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sure Fred will love that. Just, what is this? Some kind of joke? Honestly,
Oh my God. You know what? Yeah, Fred's getting pissed.
No, I can just see it now. Fred is Jameson from Spider-Man.
Oh my God.
Oh God.
Sorry, to me, that's what this is turning into. I was like, what is this? Get out of my office! Oh wait, get back in my office. Come here.
You're fired. Come back.
Yeah.
So I told Fred that we're going to those places to inform the local police officers.
Okay, so Fred is going to go ahead and, he doesn't quite understand. He's like, oh, I expect, obviously like a very detailed report about all this. But he's going to, first thing tomorrow morning, set out an APB and let a few of them know that he's not explaining the situation, but he's going to be letting all the local police officers know that the FBI is going to be working in these areas and to be cooperative. And he's going to give Agent Connor and Agent Rudy as contacts.
If you see a black van with a whole bunch of people on it staring at you with binoculars, don't arrest them.
But if you see an unmarked white van, that may be the problem.
Especially if the company says Rainbow Games on it.
Yeah. So he's going to recommend you guys actually turn in for the night somewhere. Obviously, all expenses paid. It's FBI.
Where is the nearest 5-star hotel?
The nearest 5-star.
Well,
Probably back in Cincinnati, but
All right, I'll take a 4-star.
okay.
Well,
I mean,
You've talked me into it.
probably.
It might not have the full swimming Olympic pool. It might
gotta-
not have.
well,
gotta be-
what if we popped over to like Salina? They got a lake. They probably have something there on the
Yeah.
Yeah, lakeside resorts.
Guys,
Yeah.
if you,
That's a
well,
fucking decent sized lake.
Oh no! I can just imagine that. You stay at a hotel. Well, boss, you did say a hotel. Yeah, but this is a ski lodge resort. What are you doing there? And what are these rentals for? 5 sets of snowboards, two cases of bourbon.
and a machine gun.
Third case of bourbon. What the fuck?
What are you idiots up to?
Fred's gonna get the bill and Bob's gonna empty the open bar.
Oh God.
Bob, do you know how much those cost? Do you know how little I care?
All right. So what do you say we call it for this evening? We're shacking up at a nice hotel over in, say, Anderson, which is somewhere halfway between Dillsboro and Fort Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we will end it there. Let's go ahead and drop somebody on the board here so I can. Oh, fuck. Hang on.
Put me on the board. Put the beard.
Where's Ajax here? There he is. Bingo. So we're off.
What is that picture from? I've been trying to rack my brain.
Oh, that's Jim Carrey playing Edward Nygma in the original Batman movie.
That's what I thought.
Just for some reason, when he's like, "You're gonna play a 32-year-old hacker who's a bit of an eccentric." Oh, Edward Nygma. This is gonna be the perfect image for this.
I want to say I didn't say that. You said that. That was your character. So, either way, guys, yeah, so that is this. Good start. Obviously, it's a little bit slow. We haven't quite got to, Cthulhu breaking down the gates of hell and trying to kill everybody.
I'm
but
rather
hey,
we
you know-
didn't, because with our sand the way it is, Bard would just die from liver failure trying to drink away
Yeah.
the problem.
Just,
I would probably.
I turn my back to the problem and start chugging.
So who has the highest sanity points right now?
good question. I think it's Selphus.
I got 50, so yeah.
I have 50.
Okay.
I have 80.
Yeah, Ajax,
Jesus.
yeah.
You may have 80 sand, but do you have 16 hit points?
No, he has 9. He has 9 hit points.
Hey, I think that's fair, and that actually reflects a mid-level computer hacker at the age of 32.
Fun
I have
thing.
only 24 health.
24. No. Oh no, I think you mean 12. Right?
No, 24.
What? There's
Rudy,
no.
your health is your strength and your constitution added together and divided by 2.
Yes,
What?
I have 24.
How? What?
What
That's
is your
impossible.
strength and constitution?
17 and 14, do the math, divided by 2.
17 and 14, you get 31. Divide that by 2, you get 15.5.
Well, 16. So yeah.
We can
It's
just
still
round up.
That is a lot of health though.
I have 11
This is why I like being the tech specialist. I get to sit in the van and save you from there.
Yeah. Okay. So I do want to say though, the difference between 16 health and 9 health, a standard. Let's just use the Glock 22.
A little bit more.
Glock 22, I believe, fires. Is it
9
9 mil?
millimeter.
It is. I thought it might be 45 ACP actually. I think the 22 is. 17's a 9 mil. Either way, it's about the same caliber. But it does 1d10 damage. It's considered a medium pistol, or handgun rather. But the thing is, it's potentially 10 damage in one shot. 9 health max, maybe not the world's greatest number. And that's just a pistol, or a handgun rather. So hopefully Ajax, it hangs in there. I mean, we do have a doctor on staff, so thank God for that. But I mean, having...
Rudy, you're doing it wrong. Your computer is doing PEMDOS. You don't want it to do PEMDOS. When you're doing 17 plus 14 divided by 2, you're doing overall 17 plus 7.
Yeah, because it's... Yeah, you need the division after.
Yeah, what I did is 17 plus 14 divided by 2, and I got
So-
24.
If
Yeah,
you do
you-
17 plus 14, enter, divided by 2.
Yeah, you need brackets in there, unfortunately.
Yeah, brackets or to hit enter. So.
Yeah. So I was gonna say, thoughts first session? Do we like it? Do we not like it?
I'm enjoying it immensely.
Things we
Yep,
want to
I'm enjoying
improve.
it.
Things we don't.
Well,
quite...
I liked circumventing half of the bullshit in starting.
That-
I
I mean,
still
that
can't
was-
believe you did that.
That was really cool, yeah. And that's how I always play these games. Like, I'm not saying I'm the best GM out there, but I think I'm a lot more open than most GMs to, like, if you want to do your thing, and I'm going to work around that, and we're going to figure out the story together, because I think that's a lot more rewarding. Like, when Zelphus,
Yeah,
what was that one
less
thing?
railroading.
Yeah, and I forgot that one thing you did, and I was like, you know what, that's, yeah, the IBN, or whatever, I still need to read up on that. I'm unfortunately a little bit ignorant on it, and I try and keep up on things, but like that's really cool, and I'm gonna try and figure out something that goes with that because I find that fascinating, and I like the fact that your character made that connection. So
Well, I'm lucky that I'm playing a character who's kind of a huge nerd, and I'm kind of a huge nerd. So there's a bit of an overlap between what I know and what I can kind of pull
Yeah,
in from his
absolutely,
more
yeah.
technical side of things.
well, okay, but no complaints right now about stuff or
No, not at all.
anything
No.
we'd like to see more of, or didn't really enjoy that kind of stuff.
I was just playing as like the new person from the mines.
Oh yeah, yeah, it is kind of like Criminal Minds right now, and that's the way I want to play Delta Green. Is I want to play it. We're like FBI guys. We're slowly gonna creep in conspiracy, and we're slowly gonna creep in sort of like supernatural stuff, and it's just gonna be that slow descent down that path. You know what I mean? So
Also, you did mention earlier that there would be multiple branching paths, different party members that might serve to the overall story.
yeah, and that's actually so.
Would
the
that mean we
reason-
could add on people as we go? I mean, you'd mentioned
That's-
bringing in
yeah.
people from Twitch chat or from the Steam group.
Yep, that's my plan. Is actually doing Delta Green like this is eventually what's going to happen. It's a little bit spoilers, but not spoilers. Is we are going to be joining Delta Green. We know that, and when you join Delta Green, you're a part of a cell. So unlike the FBI, which I mean, you have your branch and you're just kind of assigned wherever, a cell in
Not for
Delta
all.
Green is people that have been put to work together. They may not know even everybody in their own cell, but they're supposed to, like, that's just how they're sorted by the higher ups. And then they'll call you and be like, okay, you're like, let's say, you know, you're part of E cell, which is what I'm planning, and it's going to be anybody in E cell can work together. They may not know each other. I mean, they might try and draw support from each other, but you'll be sort of picked. It'll be like, okay, we're going here, so we want this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy to go deal with the problem. And the nice thing about that is that gives us a large organization of just random people that we can just sort of pull out of our ass if need be. And we can always recruit people into it. So
Plus, not only that, and this does happen in Call of Cthulhu, we can be slain.
yeah, so if anybody dies or if somebody
Or goes insane.
like let's say 2 people can't make it one night, we can just play with 2. Like we could just say, okay, only these 2 agents are being sent out today. Or if people
The other
want
two got the shits from the diner.
yeah, that's well, I mean, Constitution rules. Who ate at the diner?
Rudy himself has ate 2 hamburgers.
That's right.
I actually had a triple deck sandwich, which means it's 3 little baby turkey sandwiches next to one another. So I'm
Okay.
safe. I don't know
Let's-
about you guys.
Let's
I
go
know
ahead
our
and
boss.
we're gonna end on a not a cliffhanger here. Rudy, Agent Rudy, please give me a D100 roll. And your Constitution was 14, right?
Oh no.
Oh God.
See, this is what happens with a DM when you say something that could relatively affect your character.
No, we're gonna do Constitution times 5, so that's a 70% chance. It's pretty good.
70% chance of needing Malox in the morning.
Yeah, you just
What the
call
hell?
like,
Computer?
oh god, panicking. You're just gonna call Agent Rodart up and be like, Fred, look, I'm shitting my asshole out. I understand. I'm sorry. I should have listened.
So I'm clicking the D20 dice and it's not doing the menu.
Oh, you're supposed to be rolling 100, aren't you?
Yeah, but
Well, I'm trying to click the D20 dice to bring up the menu so I could, but it's
Just
not.
put slash brawl space 1D100.
Man, that's fucking too complicated. I just want my button to work.
I don't know why it's not working, Starman.
The world of buttons.
Well, I guess it will be a cliffhanger. Next session, we're
Whatever.
gonna...
Just give me a sec. I'll just restart.
Rudy, just put
Rudy,
that
just hit dash and then. Oh, sorry. Bard already said
Slash.
this.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I already put it in Discord.
Fuck you. I
Oh
roll
my
anyways.
god. The
Wow.
shits begin.
Shit your insides out, boy.
Agent Rudy is actually going to suffer 1 point of willpower damage as he's not able to sleep all night. And he's a little bit cranky in the morning.
Hey, you got fucking food poisoning off that bad hamburger.
This is where the
What did Fred say? Fred said he got the shits from the diners. What did we all do? We ate at the diner.
We ate the greasy cheeseburger.
Well, fuck that. I didn't have no greasy cheeseburger.
Yeah, I know,
French dip
yeah.
sandwich.
French dip is actually so good.
I
this is
know.
where the super glue
So
comes
good.
in.
Depends. The odd juice is good.
I want to use this very mundane example. Don't give our DM, especially this DM, ideas on how to get to you, because it will. Not now, not in an hour, not in 4 hours. It'll happen 2 weeks from now. I go, hey, do you remember when? Roll me a D, whatever.
Okay, but
Yeah,
before we end
thanks
for
for
the
that.
night, can I just say there's a town called Chili Coffee? I suppose
What?
it's probably supposed to be Koth, but yeah, it's like sort of middle bottom, like just chili
Oh,
town.
I see.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's funny.
That's just a weird name for a town. It's probably where you.
I wonder how you pronounce that.
I think it's supposed to be Kothy, to be honest. That's how I would say it, but it could be Koth, Chili Koth. I assume it's like Spanish though. But anyway, I'll probably be back in. It's pretty late, but I'll probably be back in like 15 minutes, and I'll chat with people in chat. Maybe we'll do something, maybe we won't.
Awesome.
But for now, we're done the do with Cthulhu's and stuff. So I'll talk to you guys
Folks,
later.
take it easy. To the viewers, thank you for joining us tonight.
Yeah,
Bye.
according to dictionary.com, it's chili coffee.
Chili coffee. Yeah, I would imagine.
And
Awesome,
that's how you end
thanks.
the stream.